Yeah. So just on the mic, Eric, just get a little bit closer.
We're good or what?
It's connected.
All right.
We're live on YouTube, so hold on.
Live on YouTube, the tube.
She was a rich woman, she had rich taste, she felt the blood running through her veins. She liked the life she had, she loved her big cats and the beauty of being untamed. Well, everything was fine, just as sweet as wine, but her husband went and disappeared. But then it got a little crazy, it got a little hazy, and the cops said there's something wrong here.
Oh, welcome back to the Black Friday Black Cloud edition of the Wind Up Podcast, brought to you again by C4 Bag Company, Issa Cookie, Ferrari Michelada Mix, and Rick Web Design. Hopefully we have our sound issues back on track, and we can go ahead and
Yeah, let us know if it's good.
yeah. And when we said 7:30, we forgot to put Mexican time, so we're right on time right now as far as.
Hey, but I like that song we started off to.
Man, you know what? I think I'm kind of liking that song too. So let us know.
Country says good. So
Country, we're good country. Hey man, and shout out on that steak you made today, man. I saw it. I just saw it right now. So obviously you're not going to bring us anything, but it's all good. So once again, I'm Steve Medina along with Junior Aguilar, the producer who was working feverishly behind the scenes as far as getting our sound back together, Julio Ramirez, and then our barber today, Eric.
Yeah.
Cappuccino. Did I get it right?
Say barber.
Okay. Well, somewhat barber.
I'm getting the Joe Exotic haircut tonight. That's
Who are you?
Yeah, we're going full mullet, baby.
And then we're also privileged to have last but not least, the most controversial coach in the Houston area in the past 25 years, Mr. Flash Gordon. Flash, I still don't know your name. Somebody said your name out earlier just a while ago, but I refuse to listen because I'm just going to call you Flash. We're good with that?
Yeah, I'll be telling everybody else that's my name.
Oh, come on, Flash. You've been here before, bro. Turn the mic on.
Yeah, there he is.
All right, here we
Pick
go.
it up. Okay.
We're good now.
Man.
Yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I thought this was your first time to be here.
It's been so long, man.
Yeah,
It
it has been long, but still, man. Flash, how you been, bro?
Man, I've been good, man. Just
FedEx trying to kill y'all or what?
yeah. It's like business as usual with FedEx, man.
Man, they don't be caring, man.
Nah, man.
They don't care at all. And quite honestly, as long as I get my package, I don't care either. But I'm just speaking for the masses, and so thanks for joining us. We had a little. I asked for you. I saw that you were watching because I heard you were going to be here, and then you weren't here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had the technical difficulties, and then you show up. Man, so you know what? That actually worked in your favor. So.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, it worked perfect, man. So, we're here today on a Friday. Obviously, there's no tournaments going on. There's no baseball going on. There's no sports going on. So we're here just to talk some baseball, talk some stuff, and see exactly what's going on. We got a couple of guests lined up for everybody tonight. June, you want to let us know who our guests are going to be?
Yeah. So aside from Flash and our Southeast Cuts, Eric here, we have Craig Bullock lined up. Coming, giving us a Skype call. Played at A&M. Was played in the pros and now runs a major league consulting company. And then we also are gonna have our favorite from 97.5, the Blitz co-host AJ Hoffman. So I'm excited about that. So we're actually gonna get AJ
Here in a few.
on for we're gonna get AJ on. He asked us to get him on. And for those that don't know, AJ has a son that plays select baseball. So this is why it resonates to him. So
Yeah. So, so hopefully, I think we're gonna have a good show. Flash is always good. So your name is Justin?
My official name is Justin. Yes.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I would have never thought that.
Right.
Nobody
Nobody would have thought that. Everybody think it's just Flash, so I just go with Flash. When everybody asks, I just say Flash. So
I would have never thought your name was Justin.
Yeah.
But
Man,
that's just me, though.
You should have seen him at the S30. Man, he was a celebrity, bro.
man.
Everybody's like, man, that's Flash. That's Flash. He was taking pictures left and right.
Oh, for real? Hey,
I'm telling you.
listen.
The Cali people knew him, too.
The Cali people, man, I got a Cali guy right now. Mark Flores watching, man. I still haven't got my shirt, dude. I'm putting you on blast, Mark. I know you. I see you watching. Send my shirt. My man right here from FedEx said he'll deliver. He's gonna give me an account number later on so it could be free.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha.
Hey, do people ask you about giving free deliveries or stuff?
It's
I mean,
not,
I know
not the deliveries part that gets me. What gets me is that they ask what the package is, and I be telling like, guys, I don't know what's inside the box. I just deliver it to this address. So I ask, is this your name? Yes. This your address? Yes. I can't tell you what's in the box, so that's
Are
on
you
you.
Okay.
are you one of those guys that like just chunks it at the door and kicks it?
No, man. There's too many cameras now, man. So
Man.
everybody would say something.
Hey,
now, so no.
I tell you what, man. Sometimes my packages come in good, dude. Okay, so I used to have a FedEx guy about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, dude was, I don't know whatever happened to him, man. But so I get a lot of packages, and so of course when I wasn't home, he would take them to my backyard and put them in the back.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
cool
a good driver,
dude.
man.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, he was a great driver. Yeah, but you know what? But on Christmas and stuff, man, we'd hook him up too.
Yeah,
You know,
I used to
we
deliver
hook
in
'em
there.
up.
That used to be my area, so I know what you're talking about. Man. I used to love going out there.
We hooked them. We hooked them up. So I mean, he
I
was
love
a
that
good
area.
dude to us.
Yeah.
And then one day, man, I don't know what happened. Then we got another FedEx dude. Man, he was he's terrible, man. So we've been on a constant decline of FedEx drivers ever
man.
since that guy left. So
It's a high
Well-
turnover rate, man.
Well, joining us via the Ferrari Michelada Makes Hotline, well, Skype cam now. Houston's own 97.5 co-host from the Blitz, ESPN Houston, AJ Hoffman is joining us live via Skype.
hey,
What's
AJ,
up,
how
AJ?
you doing, sir?
Doing all right, man. How are you guys doing?
Oh, excellent.
Excellent, man. Hey, man, big fan of the show. Been listening to you guys for a lot of years. And then somebody sent me a screenshot and said, AJ's son plays select baseball. And I said, man, we have to get him on the best select baseball podcast in Houston. So thank you for joining us, man, especially on a Friday night,
Oh, it's all good, man. I didn't know there was until you told me. I didn't know there was podcasts about kid baseball. So opening my eyes to things.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. And really, what we want to talk about, right now there's no tournaments going on. It's kind of in a standstill with this coronavirus, and we're seeing it all across pro sports. But let's talk about select baseball for a bit. I saw that your son plays for Lynx. How old is he? And where is the team based out of?
He's 12, and they're up in Klein area, sort of by Hooks Airport. The Farm League is where their home field is. So where all the kids on his team are from right around here, and that team, for the most part, the core of that team, they've played together since they were 8 years old. And it's probably, I'd say of the kids that are on that team now, I'd say probably 7 of them have played together since they were 8 or 9 years old. So they've come up together for a while.
Nice. So you've been around select baseball for a while now. As a parent, what is your opinion of select baseball?
It's funny because as their team's gotten better and moved up and like to elite and premier, the parents are crazier. It's a little bit more serious, but it's also fun, man. It's fun watching these kids really compete, and it's one thing to. And when they were little, I still have a younger son who he's just playing league ball right now. He plays off of on a machine pitch, and it's fun. And it's nice to see him having fun and learning the game, but there is something to these kids who desperately want to win, and like they're playing to win games. And with my little son, it's like, if we win, whatever. If we lose, whatever. With these other kids, like they'll get second place in a tournament and be legit bummed out about it. So they take it pretty seriously, and that's fun for me to watch them.
I appreciate that comment. So you cover pro sports, all you guys talk all sports on the show and stuff like that. How do you see, you talked about competitiveness in select baseball. Do you think parents sometimes like overblow it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we, when I was telling you that we've the core of that team's been together for about 4 or 5 years now. This last year we had a split to where we made an A roster and a B roster, and some of the kids that had been playing together for a long time just weren't developing as fast as some of the other ones, and it made for some really contentious discussions with parents. And kids just want to play. They want to play with their friends. I think most kids would rather be, a top 5 roster kid on a B team than the 12th kid on an A team. But parents, the manager of my kids team always says every parent thinks that it should be the 8 best kids and their kid on the field. And that kind of holds true. It's everybody thinks that, the top team should be the best 11 and my kid. And it can make for some awkward conversations, and there's some ugliness with it. But I think that's any kind of athletics for kids, period. Whether it's, non-competitive, there's parents on my younger son's team who get mad about playing time. And all the way up through high school. I know when we were all in high school, everybody thought that, I'm sure all your parents thought that you guys should have been on the field or on the court or whatever it may be. And everybody looks at their kid a little bit differently than maybe the coach does. And sometimes that's hard to stomach for parents.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, me and my co-host Steve, man, we talk about that all the time. And it's funny that you said it out of your own words, talking about the best 8 kids and my kid. And it's always good to hear it from somebody that's in the sports world that actually has a kind of like a neutral vision of kind of like what they're looking at. So that's pretty interesting. And I want Steve to touch on this because we always talk about this. Everybody wants their kid to be on a good team, or they want them to do this or that, but they're not willing to share a piece of the pie. So I'm going to let Steve touch on this real quick.
Hey, AJ, how you doing today, sir?
No, I'm good, man.
Hey, and I do agree with that. And it's funny because that saying that you just said about the 8 kids and plus 8 players plus their kid, I actually saw a shirt. I want to believe it was in Indianapolis, and I wanted to buy it, and I was going to backtrack, and I never did. But man, that is so true. But as far as your team and your involvement with your son, how do you like going out there on Saturday, man? I mean, obviously you work Monday through Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, I mean, do you like going to the park? Because right now with nobody playing, I'm kind of enjoying my time off. So I just want to hear your side.
Honestly, because now, I guess it's probably been about a year and a half now that I've been the program director at my radio station. So I went from working 3-hour days to working, usually I worked like a 10 or 11-hour day. So I don't get much time with my kids during the week. So for me, the Saturdays and Sundays at the ballpark, man, that's my time with them. So I don't mind it at all, honestly. It's not being, I'm stuck in an office most of the week. So it's good to get out of the office and hang out with those boys. And I help coach. So for me, it's seeing them develop and seeing them grow as individuals and as a team. It's fun to me. I get bummed out if we get rained out or we lose early on a Sunday. It bums me out because that's time that I'm not getting to spend with those boys. And like I said, I've been around these kids and helping to coach them for 4 or 5 years, and even the kids that aren't your kids, you start to develop a relationship with, man, and you get happy for their success and things like that. So I actually enjoy giving up my weekends to do that.
Oh, that's good to hear. I since I have you on here, I have to ask you this. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was at the Arena Theater and I saw you fighting in MMA. Okay. Now, was that an actual the person that you fought or you're in the ring with? Was he an actual listener that was baiting you or something like that? Because I can't remember the storyline. Was that true or?
No, I don't think he was a listener, but it was a guy who are you talking about the big fat guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a dude who was looking to make a name for himself. So he was looking to fight someone who had a name locally and thought it would get him as much shine as possible. And he just started talking crazy to me on Facebook at the time. And he was one of these dudes who had like him and his buddy were posting like bum fight videos of them beating up on like homeless dudes, and it pissed me off. And so I guess he asked Mick Maynard, who was the promoter for Legacy. He asked Mick to fight me, and Mick said, "Dude, I understand if this is if you consider this a waste of time." And I was like, "No, I'll do it." So I got paid money to beat him up in front of his friends. So it was I was happy to do it. Honestly, I normally don't care. I don't have any ill will towards anybody I fight. That was the first time where it was just like I would have liked to have fought him not in a ring. I would have liked it if there would have been wouldn't have been a referee there. Unfortunately, that was just the rules we had to play by. If I wanted to get money, there had to be a referee.
and you know what's because I was there because one of my good friends, Mano Martinez, was fighting. I think either the last fight or the second to last fight. So I'm sitting there, and they announce your name, and I'm like, man, is that the dude from the radio? And then the other guy comes in, man. I'm not gonna lie, AJ. I think that guy was tapping out as he was walking to the ring, man. So he got in there, and man, you tore him up. So that was pretty good. So I had to ask you about that because I was actually there in attendance, and I remember that. And so when Junior told me you were going to come on, I was like, man, I put it down on my mental note, man. I got to ask him about that MMA fight because I was actually in attendance, sir. So
well, that was one of 5. So I got to do it a few times, and that's that's part of my competitive nature. That was an outlet for me before my kids were old enough to play good baseball. That's how I competed.
Oh, nice. And as a fan of the show, I had you put out a tweet today about Romance Taylor, and I could not agree with you more about that. Man, number 11 for UT, he was awesome. He was awesome. And so we also have a football podcast, and back in, I believe it was October, I brought Romance Taylor up, and it amazes me how some people forgot about him and his athletic ability on the football field. So when you tweeted that earlier this morning or earlier this afternoon, I can't remember what time, man, I was right on with you, man. That young man at that time was really, really good. So I appreciate you bringing him up. He gets lost.
Just couldn't get out of his own way. But yeah, freakish athlete, man. One of the most impressive dudes I ever covered.
Yeah, and you were in Austin during that time. Is that not correct?
I was in Austin. I worked radio in Austin from 2004 until 2010, and I moved here in 2010. So I got to see all the good years of Texas football, basically.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Hey, AJ, going back to select baseball, and what are your thoughts on the season potentially being like finished for these guys?
Yeah, it's a bummer, man, and especially because, like I said, they went through kind of a tough thing, after fall ball this year, basically dividing that team up and adding in some new kids. They basically brought in, they split up a team of 12 and brought in 6 kids that were, more of a premier level kids. And it hurt some feelings, and we told ourselves it would all be worth it, once these guys really got into the swing of playing. And unfortunately, they played like maybe 2 or 3 tournaments this year and had to shut it down. I'm still hopeful, and they're supposed to go up to the World Series in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the Cal Ripken Experience this year.
Nice.
So they'd already done most of the fundraising for it. They've got a bunch of sponsors for it, and the Ripken people called us last week and said that they're still planning on holding the tournament. Now that's July. It's a long time from now. But will they be, will anybody be as sharp as they would have been had they played a full season? There's no way. It's one thing for me, and I'm blessed. I've got a lot of free time on my hands now. I've been able to take my kids out to the field and catch them and throw to them. But there's nothing like, practicing with your team and playing with your team. So I'm hopeful that they'll get a few tournaments in and still be able to do that. But I mean, at this point, I don't know. I don't know how to predict this stuff, man.
Yeah, for sure. And what we've seen is, the tournament directors around the city, they've kind of shut everything down. They're kind of waiting on the state officials and things like that. But, I'm with you. I know all these World Series events in the summer want to get, they want to play. Hopefully they can play. But I'm with you on what you're saying about the kids not being sharp, because I think we all know that it's not the same. I mean, putting in the work by yourself at home, it's kind of different when you have the team with you and build that chemistry. So, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, real quick, I got to ask you something real quick. Let's talk Astros real quick, because we talk everything on here. Do you think we're going to get to play an MLB season this year?
Yeah, I do. I don't think it'll be a full season. And I think they'll probably end up doing some of it with no fans in the stands. But I think there's going to be Major League Baseball at some point. And if there's not, boy, if they can't start playing by October, then this thing has gone way worse than anybody planned on it going. So baseball will be the least of our concerns by then. But yeah, I think that I think they'll probably start playing. My guess is the beginning of June they'll be playing some ball.
Yeah, and I'm a season ticket holder, so I'm Astros die hard. I was been there the last 4 years, pretty much at every game, and it sucks that we got to miss out on opening day, and it's kind of affecting our baseball lives, and you know about this. But I was hearing some reports about the season being cut short to 100 games. How do you feel about that if they go that route? Does that just open up the entire league as a free-for-all, especially if they freeze the transactions and free agents and trades and all that? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think at some point there's not a lot of options. I've heard that thrown out. I've heard the 7-inning doubleheader thing thrown out. We've seen shortened seasons before. Whether a strike or something else is shortened seasons, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I still think players are going to end up being like prorated their pay based on how many games they end up playing this year, or how many games they're available to play this year. And I think that free agency and stuff like that, I mean, it sucks if you're this is your last season of having a player on your roster before he's a free agent. I mean, the Astros are a good example. If the Astros get a shortened season out of George Springer and he goes on to play someone else, it sucks for the Astros, but I'm sure George Springer doesn't hate it, because it means he's going to get paid sooner. So I mean, I think they're going to do whatever they can do to play, and I'm for that. I just want to see all these sports get back to playing games.
Okay, so the next question is, what if they do play and the World Series gets pushed into November, December? There's no way they're going to play up in the Northeast. Now, do they go and play the World Series at a neutral site or the entire postseason? What are your thoughts on that? And I've heard the name come up several times about, playing in Tropicana, playing in Tampa Bay, playing in Miami. How you feel about that, man?
I think if they do a sort of a shortened schedule, a 100-game schedule or whatever, they would rework the entire schedule so you wouldn't just get the last 100 games of what the schedule was supposed to be. And I think what they would try to do is try to have most of the northern teams' home games, at least the northern teams that don't have a dome stadium, they'd try to get those games knocked out as early as possible, and then try to play the later games down in the south. And I could see that. I could see them using, especially a place like Arizona that's got an indoor facility, and a lot of teams go there for spring training. It's a town that can hold a bunch of people, and or Vegas even, and they don't have a baseball stadium that would hold 40,000 or whatever, but they can host. They can have all the playoff teams there and just have multiple games each night. I'm not really sure what they'll do, but it really doesn't matter to me. As long they'll figure something out. They're not leaving that money on the table. If there's money to be made, billionaires will find a way to make it. That's what they do.
So talking about that, go. Steve,
and speaking of billionaires, AJ, college football and NFL football, I'm of the opinion that they're still going to play because those guys aren't going to want to leave any type of money on the table. And we always have this discussion. I know they're going to try to look after the best interests of the people, but those guys are always in it for their best interests. So what do you think about football?
man, I hope football happens. That's where whenever I hear like, you know, the NBA season, they may not play again this year, or the NHL might not play again this year. I don't really care that much. When they start talking about they might not be ready to play football, I'm like, oh, dude, you're ruining everything now.
Right.
I mean, that's because it feels like it's so far away, and if they can't figure it out by then, we've got some real issues. And we talked about it a little on my show this week, like with college football, like how much the college football programs pay for at the university. You know, if a university has, like, you know, let's say they've got 30 sports, typically 28 of them lose money, but football makes so much money that it doesn't matter. And it would suck for those, you know, for those programs that wouldn't have funding all of a sudden. But, you know, again, if it comes down to that, if they're not playing, that means we probably got a lot bigger problems than football, really.
Hey, I agree, man. I think if football does not happen or they don't play this fall, man, we're screwed. Especially in Texas, man. It's like religion down here. So
yeah, that'd be bad.
So here's our last question before we let you go, because I am a die-hard Texans fan that somewhat converted to the Chiefs after seeing this.
Good time.
Because I was at the AFC playoff game and watched it live when we're up 24-0. I'm celebrating, and I saw Patrick Mahomes do work. That wasn't that bad, man. It's football. But when you see somebody like Bill O'Brien just trade DeAndre Hopkins, and then you hear all these reports coming out, you know, how do you feel as a football fan? Do you think the Texans made the right move there? You know, what is Bill O'Brien thinking? Because people are hammering that guy on social media right now.
I think Bill O'Brien's a moron. I think that dude, and honestly, I think he's a moron, and I think Cal McNair's a moron for letting that dude run the ship the way he's running it. Because at some point, it's not really Bill O'Brien's fault, because someone's given Bill O'Brien free reign to do this.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be somebody who would say, would look back and say, man, you're messing things up, bro. We got to take this power away. Yet Cal McNair Jack Easterby, and Bill O'Brien had like a little press conference today, and Cal McNair did nothing but support the decision. So, you know, at some point, it's not about Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien's a dope for sure. But at some point, it's the dummy organization, and it's really just from the top up. It's just a poorly run organization, and honestly, you know, I don't really cheer for anybody. I don't care who wins and loses games. I like drama, I like players, but I'd have a really hard time being a Texans fan, because it's just
Hey, man, we got
it almost feels like they're slapping you in the face and expecting you to smile at them. And you know, the people that are still paying for season tickets and shit like that. Sorry, I don't mean to cut, but
No, you're good.
Stuff like that. It's laughable to me. Like if I was really die hard about some football team, and they traded away DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of magic beans, I wouldn't want to spend my money with that football team. I just don't. I don't care about any team enough to let them treat me like a fool. And that's the difference between me and super diehard sports fans, though, is if you're a super diehard sports fan, you'll keep coming back, and they'll keep kicking you in the balls, and you'll keep coming back and keep coming back.
Yeah, no, agreed on that. So, last one before we go, right? George Springer, does he re-sign or does he go after the money? Does he do I consider him a Houston guy, because you know he came out of our system. Everybody loves him here. Does he re-sign or does he leave, man? What do you think?
I think he's going to go get money. That's an older guy. He's got one big contract probably for his career. And if you remember, you know, when he and Jonathan Singleton were kind of coming up at the same time, the Astros made the same offer to both those guys, which was, we'll give you medium money now, and you know, or we'll give you a little bit of money now and give you the freedom to sign later. And Jonathan Singleton took the medium money, and it was a smart move by him because he was never going to earn big money. And Springer took the lowball contract, so he would have this opportunity to really get paid. And the reality is, I don't know that the Astros are in a position financially, having just paid Bregman, they're paying Greinke now, they're paying Verlander. You assume they're going to want to pay another big pitcher when those guys leave. And they've got guys like Kyle Tucker coming up through the system. I don't know that George Springer is going to be a priority signing for the Astros. And it's unfortunate because he's a good dude. He's a good player, and he's been good for the city. But it's also time for that dude to go get money. And I can't fault him for wanting to go do it.
Hey, I'm with you on that, and it sucks to hear it, but sometimes the truth hurts. So, hey, AJ, man, I appreciate you, man, joining us on a Friday night. It really means a lot to us here at the Wind Up Podcast to have you on. Houston legend, definitely. So I appreciate you. Hopefully we can get you on soon, and hopefully we get to see you on the baseball fields, man. So shout out to your son and your youngest as well, and hopefully we can finish out this select ball season and get some baseball in, man.
All right, man. Hope to see you guys out there.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
There you have it. Bill O'Brien's a moron.
Moron.
Hey, you guys already knew that, though.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to hear it from him,
You
though.
already knew that.
Man, I was ready to burn all my Texan jerseys.
Did you?
I almost did, man.
Oh, man. Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Almost.
Look, you wouldn't have this problem if you root for the Chiefs.
Yeah, get off the wagon. Get on the wagon right now.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was there 24-0. I turned around and looked at Frank the Tank, and I said, hey, bro, it's over. 3 minutes later, Patrick Mahomes goes for a 4-piece McNuggets, and it's like, damn, what happened? And then we missed a field goal. I was watching the highlights the other day. We missed like 2 field goals, right, in the first half?
Bro, nobody cares.
I'm done.
Nobody cares.
Let's get my haircut, man.
Nobody cares.
Who's ready to see the Joe Exotic mullet?
We are ready to
Hit
see
the
it.
likes right now. Hit the likes right now. I'm hot.
Hey, but good job for AJ for coming on, dude.
Oh, man.
Good-
Yeah,
good
shout out.
getting
Hey,
that, man.
real quick, I did get a text right now. Craig Bullock is going to repostpone for next week.
Reschedule?
Reschedule. I'm sorry about that. We had technical difficulties, and
Yeah,
he'll be
we did.
on, and we'll give him a whole 30-minute segment next
Okay,
week.
good,
So
yeah.
shout out to everybody that's tuning in. And
Yeah. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the haircut. You
we're going to do the haircut. We're going to do it right now.
Or-
I want Eric.
I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to
Yeah,
you,
let's do it.
or do you want to do the other thing that we had going on?
Yeah, let's
or
do
which
it.
one? Or which one do you want to do next?
Okay.
It's up to you.
Let me go down the list. Okay, the winner. Yes.
Yeah.
The Easton Bat Giveaway, sponsored or powered by Darren Larson. All right. Make sure for the winner to make a post and tag him once you receive your bat. So here we go. The winners for the Easton Bat Giveaway Challenge for week 1, which was to make a video. Okay.
Hey, well, why don't you go through
Yes.
what the whole deal is?
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is Darren has a bunch of bats he's got to give away. Okay. And he hit me up and he's like, hey, let's put something together. Let's give back to the people during this time. And he's like, hey, let's do something. And I kind of, we worked in the lab, came up with, hey, let's just do a video to kick it off, let everybody know we're serious. And he actually texted me about 10 minutes ago. He's like, next week we're doing a poem, a baseball poem. So we'll talk about that later, and you'll see it on the page. So pretty much every week for the next 4 weeks we're gonna have a challenge, okay? And the challenge is gonna consist of 3 winners. So the way that it is you just follow the rules of the challenge that's posted. Make sure you post it on a video, on the comments, and then just whoever gets the most likes will win. So, I saw a lot of action this past week. I was very excited. And, man, believe it or not, the winner of the baseball bat got over 100 likes. So that was pretty cool. So every week is going to be a different challenge just to kind of keep the kids involved. As you guys saw the comment earlier, USSSA director Darren Larson said there is no baseball in April at all. It's done. So
He said that?
he said that. So
Okay.
he said that if the first, here's the thing though, April ends on Thursday, the 30th. May 1st is on a Friday. If they lift that ban up, there will be baseball that weekend. So it's just, man,
But who's they?
the city. Well, the
No, I'm
Harris
down.
County.
I mean, I
yeah,
don't- I
Harris
don't know.
County. The Hidalgo chick. She was trying to release the prisoners, and the judge like, no, that ain't happening.
I think she
So,
did.
She
She
did?
did, right?
Yeah,
She
she
did.
did. Like 1,000.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
never underestimate the power of a county judge.
Okay, so here we go. The Easton Bat Giveaway winners, second and third place get a wind-up shirt. First place gets a baseball bat. Okay, any drop. Darren Larson said Abbott said that. Okay, so here we go. Third place with 41 likes. The person that posted this is Brittany Garcia. The player is I had a hard time like just kind of like getting everybody's names. I want to say it was Amir Garcia, with 41 likes out of the 8U Deer Park Spikes. Third place, so you get a shirt. Okay, so shout out to Brittany Garcia and player Amir. I believe I'm saying that right. Second place, Stacy Campbell with 49 likes. Her son, Caden Campbell from the 7U Hustlers, comes in second place with 49 votes.
Congrats.
So,
Congrats.
And send me your size for the wind-up shirt. And the winner, okay, of the Easton Bat Giveaway Challenge for week 1. And it is Gage Gator Thomas coming in with 104 likes.
Dang.
And he plays for the 10U Major Blackyard Ballers. So,
Oh, good job.
I got the audio here if you want to hear it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's
we
hear
got
the
the
audio.
audio. Go ahead,
Let's hear the
Julio.
audio.
I played for the backyard.
There you go.
I'm 10 years old. I played for the backyard Ballers 10U Black. Something I miss about this season is my friends and coaches. They've picked me up so many times. I wouldn't trade them for the world. Some memories that I have over this baseball seasons are going to the going to the Elite 32 in Florida, going to the World Series in Gulf Shores, and going to the state championship. And people say the baseball season is over. For us, it's just starting. No wonder they call us the Backyard Ballers.
Man.
Okay.
Gators throwing shots. So shout out to congratulations to actually the one that posted that was Beth, Miss Beth, and shout out to Gator Thomas for winning the bat. So just make sure you can write in the comments or DM Darren or DM me with your
The
size
size of the
bat
drop.
and the drop, and we'll get that to you shortly. And same for the second place and third place. Just send me or Darren a DM with the size of your shirt, and we'll get you a wind-up shirt to you. So congratulations to the week 1 winners. And week 2, we will have a post out before Sunday. So week 2 challenge, I believe it'll be a baseball poem or something like that, but we'll finalize it and we'll post it Sunday night. So it gives you the whole week to make it happen. And hey, I appreciate everybody that went and voted. That was pretty cool. And for everybody else that posted on the comments as well. So congratulations. And with that said, let's get this Joe mullet going.
Let's go.
So you're actually going to get a mullet.
So let's just set the record straight. I'm not a real barber.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it don't matter.
but
There's
you
there's a
did
lot
look-
of unlicensed guys out there
Hey
cutting
man,
hair.
I put that post earlier today, and everybody was just like, "Hey, people could lose their license and stuff like that." I said, "Man, we're trying to get free promo out here, get faded."
Man,
So we're gonna find out. He's not doing a mullet; he's doing a taper though. But I am growing out the Texas tailgate in the back, so give it a couple months, and yeah, so.
Okay.
Show him the website, Julio. Steve, chop it up with Flash while I go live in that corner real quick.
Yes.
Julio, you want to talk about the website real quick?
Yeah, so the website went live, when was it? Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yes, no, Wednesday.
So-
Shout out to Rick Reb Design
Yeah,
as well.
Rick-
Chris Reb.
Chris Webb did an outstanding job on it, so I'm going to pull it up here. Let me see. It's not really working as great in my program here, but we just go to windupmediagroup.com and you'll see the page here. Click on About Us. It gives you a little info on what we're doing. Sponsors page. Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got a list of our sponsors there. You click on the logo and it'll give you a link, either their Facebook, website, any kind of social media. So just go on there, click on it. It'll take them straight to the website. Podcast. You go and click on the podcast link. Click on the Wind Up Podcast. So here we're gonna offer. I can't really pull it up here, but it's gonna be a photo of the week there. baseball upcoming events when we do start playing. It's going to show the weekend tournament winners from the previous 2 tournaments. And then it's going to have our audio podcast and our YouTube videos there. So you, instead of going to the Buzzsprout or YouTube, you can just go straight to the website and get our content there. Same thing with the check down. Click on that. Check down. Same thing. Picture of the week. They're going to have their football events when they do start playing again. Same thing with the audio and the video. You can click on our team. You see our awesome bios and pictures there. Just put your mouse over the picture and it'll give you a small bio about us.
Hey, before you go any further, on my picture, that's an actual New England
New England
Patriots
Super
Super
Bowl,
Bowl ring.
Super Bowl ring.
It's not from Nations or Utah. That's an actual Flash Gordon.
What?
That is an actual New England Patriot
Yeah.
Super Bowl
We got-
ring.
we got
That sucker was about this big.
We got
Where'd
to
you get it
experience
from?
that. Yeah.
Who was it that was on here?
I forgot who came into the check down, but he played for the Patriots.
He played for the Patriots.
Really?
Yeah. Big old dude. I never seen
Big
him.
dude,
I mean, that dude was like almost to the ceiling up there, man. But that's an actual New England Patriots Super Bowl ring that I was fortunate enough to wear that night. And I think we all took pictures with the ring, right?
Yeah, we all took pictures of it.
Yeah, that sucker was impressive, man. It was, it's always good when you get to see a Super Bowl or World Series ring, and we're pretty stoked about that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. After that, you can go to the shop part of the website. You get our shirts, hats. If you want to see 4BAT on there, go on there and choose your size. Just leave a note on there for colors, custom, details, name, and all that, whatever you want to send over to C4. Fungo bats, T-shirts, hats. And then if you need to contact us, you can just go through Facebook, or you could just click on here, and it'll give you our email and all that. So pretty excited about the website. Chris Webb did an awesome job on it.
Yes.
I highly recommend, if you need a website, contact the Rick Web Design.
Yeah,
with Chris Webb.
click on Rick Web Design, and he'll take care of you. He took care of us, like I mentioned last week, when you got 5 personalities, such as the 5 guys that are comprise the Wind Up Media Group, and he took care of us. So, if you need any web pages or anything like that, Flash, when you go solo, then hit up Chris Webb and Rick Web Design.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, what's up, Nick Ortiz? I see you, my man. I've been trying to give you a shout out. It was
Greg Randall.
It was Greg Randall. Greg Randall.
Greg Randall?
Yes,
Okay.
Greg Randall. Yes, really, really nice dude. An actual man. That ring was awesome. So we're in the process. Well, we're not in the process, but Junior's in the process of getting faded up right now.
And he is hyped. Like, I ain't never seen somebody excited about getting a haircut till I seen Junior hop in the chair, man.
Oh man,
He is hyped, man.
Nah, you don't look too bad. Can you put the camera so they can see him? Oh, there he is. He's
Look
getting,
at him.
yeah, so that the illegal fade.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around when he needed a haircut.
Yeah, the illegal fade. So yeah, big country. It was big Greg Randall, man. He was real nice guy, man. I would have hated to have lined up on the other side of that man, because man, he was a big dude. But like I said, he came in studio, chopped it up with the check down, and like I said, he showed everybody the ring. And also shout out to I know Robert. I know I messed up on the name. I should have remembered, but that's just how it goes. But hey, so what's going on, man?
Man,
Hey, dude, I heard you're at Sienna Plantation, and I didn't see you there. But then you want to go talk to that dude.
Yeah, so what happened was, man, I was supposed to be there Saturday, right?
Right.
And the party on the hill, right?
Right.
The problem was that we had our early games that Saturday. We had played there, and then I went out to Bear Creek to watch the 7U play some games as well.
Okay.
So I went out there to watch them. The problem was, by the time I got done with them, it was like 5, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And like you said, that weekend it started to get a little chilly out there. So
Yeah.
I kind of figured they was going to shut it down.
And windy.
And windy, so they was going to shut it down. So I was like, oh, man. So I'll try to reach out tomorrow. So Sunday, we played in Raul's League. The 8U played in Raul's League, like you're saying. And we played our first time playing 9U kid pitch.
Okay.
So they saying we went out there and played those 2 games, and they did pretty good for their first time. They tied 1-1-1. So after that, I heard that MVP was playing 5-2. So I said, I'm going to have to go out there. So,
Right.
made my trip out there, and I got there right there when it was getting good. I think I got there to like around the 4th inning. It was like 2-1.
Really?
And it was a good game the whole way through, man. It was so exciting. Like Julian was saying, man, when I got there, I finally ran into Santos. And then it just went all crazy in the back. From then, we got everybody just wrapped around that field, and just like every time was a close pitch, especially when Junior's son was up there. Strike on that outside corner. Now they're gonna say it was off the play, man, but it looked like it was pretty consistent with that. I mean, MVP wasn't mad when they pitched. Their lefty was getting that same call, but it seemed like they was getting a little upset when 5-2 got.
So full disclosure, you are with 5-Tool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want everybody to understand your biasness. So.
No, I was trying to restore the balance back there.
I like that. Restore the balance.
We had so many Houston guys with MVP stuff on cheering for MVP. I was like,
there was only two.
Man, it seemed like 15. Because it seemed like it was like all on this side, and then it was like maybe a couple people that used to play for 5-2 or was associated with 5-2 was on this side. I said, look at this, man.
All right.
But now, man, that
so were you pissed
crazy.
off with all the Houston people that were with MVP?
You know,
I was, man.
I was like,
call them out, man. I don't care about no MVP.
Man, I told him, said, man, like, no, you good. You on the wrong state, with the wrong state. This is them coming to our state trying to bring back the trophy. Don't you want to keep it in Texas? Like, I thought.
Oh man. How?
Man, it was fun.
So you were pissed.
I was upset.
Okay.
I was like,
hey,
man.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Junior had his hustle, had his MVP hat on, had the gray on, had his JJ Watts on, just all MVP down. I was like, oh, look at this, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude.
I saw that. I'm not gonna comment on that.
I was like, dang.
But
man.
and he's wearing Legends today.
Just crazy, right? Just crazy, right? Look at Santos, man. Hey, listen, the hairline is good, man.
Oh man,
the hairline is fine. Santos is just that. I want to start wearing headbands, man, because first of all, my hat stinks. So I was tired of wearing a hat that stinks.
They let you wear the headband with FedEx? Is that a uniform requirement?
Yeah, I wear it, man. As long as you got the shirt on, you're good. So I usually wear a headband at work whenever I need a haircut because I don't like walking around with a bad haircut. So, man.
AC in your truck?
No AC.
Power steering?
Power steering, yes.
Okay.
But no AC. So, if, like I said, I tell the people it's either going to be an oven or ice box in that truck.
I remember working with UPS, the freaking trucks didn't have power steering.
Oh, man. I couldn't do that.
That is true. My good friend, Brown, Danny Garza, works for UPS, and I'm always asking him about the situation with the AC. Cause man, it's hot in the summertime, man.
It's brutal, man.
Brutal. No AC and no power steering. That was pretty brutal.
I don't know how you do that, man.
So what are you doing now?
Man,
you just chilling like everybody else? Obviously you're working. Obviously you're working.
Other than working, really, man, this been the perfect time just to just work with myself, man. So I've been just going out there exercising. I got time to do that, just take care of some things around the house, doing things like that. So I run into a couple of kids, man. They want to like play catch or anything like that. We'll play catch, do things like that. But like you said, man, it's just a weird time right now. I'm used to being out there 4 out of 5 days out there practicing with certain type of groups. So, man, now from this to not being out there at all, it's just like it's take a little time to adjust, man. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good, man. Well, I'm glad you're here. But one thing I want to ask you is because you were in the Sugar Land, Missouri City area. Now you're in the Gulf Gate area.
Night and day.
I did the opposite. I went from Gulf Gate to over there.
Night and day, man.
How are my people in the Gulf Gate area treating you?
Man, it's crazy, man.
They treating you good?
Man, I get treated good, man. It's cool, man. It's certain areas that, like I said, man, with the route, I try to do certain areas earlier in the day than later in the day because there's certain times, certain people you don't want to be around, man.
Man, hold on. So when we talk about the Gulf Gate area, be specific. What streets?
So I'm on Telephone.
Okay, that's Mexican.
Yeah, Telephone. So pretty much.
So you by Frank's Grill? You go eat at Frank's Grill?
Yeah, I've been to Frank's Grill.
Which one? The original one?
Been to both. The one on the others. One by that money that check cashing place, and the other side over there in the new.
Yeah, in the new one. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been to both, man. So,
how about Tailwink? You been to Tailwink?
Nah, I haven't been to Tail Wing, man.
Man, really?
Nope.
Oh man.
So man, I pretty much had everything except for Tail Wing on that area.
Okay, man,
So,
you need to go Tail Wink, man.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try it. Might as well.
Yeah, so you got the original Frank's Grill, this little smaller diner, and then you have the big one over there. I'm not liking the big one.
I like the small one better.
I like the small one too.
Yeah.
But it's about the size of this room.
What about the one in Pasadena?
I've never been to one in Pasadena,
I
man.
haven't been to that one. Yeah.
I've never been over there, so Hey, somebody's talking about you're gonna get a little boozy fade. Oh man. Okay, so let's get back to the Gulf Gate, man.
Yeah.
Let's get back. Okay, so you're in the Gulf Gate area. So Telephone Road, where else?
So pretty much from Telephone all the way towards Michelada,
Okay.
and all the way back towards Alameda.
Okay.
So pretty much, and then all the way to like the Gulf Gate Mall area.
Okay.
And then that area right there. So
So you're Park Place, Reveille.
Park Place, Reveille.
I grew up on Park Place
Oh,
and
for
Reveille.
real? Yeah. So I'm always doing Park Place, Reveille, in that area.
Okay. You go to Del Sol?
Do where?
You go to Del Sol?
No.
Broadway and 45.
No, I don't go there.
Man, we're gonna have a
Hey.
conversation. if you're delivering in the Gulf Gate area, you have to go to Del Sol.
No, I haven't. I've seen it, but
Kelly's?
I just never
Kelly's Country Cooking.
Oh, I always go to
No,
Kelly's.
Kelly's,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
For sure,
no,
Kelly's.
Definitely Kelly's. So yeah.
Naomi's Tacos.
Yep.
You been to Naomi?
Yep.
Man, you know what? I grew up by there. I only been to Naomi's like twice.
That's usually where I go in the morning. When I usually do Park Place in that area first, so that's the place I hit up right there.
What's better?
That,
We're talking about Mexican food?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with El Ranchito.
man, get
outta
the
here.
hell out of here.
Get out of here with that bullshit, man. Okay, anyway. Hey, how about that Jack in the Box right there on Park Place and Reveille?
Oh, that's
legit. It's been legit for years,
that's
man.
crazy, man.
That's
Man, when the last time you been there?
probably about 6 months ago.
Man.
That sucker, man. That Jack in the Box
Man.
been there
Hey.
for years.
Hey, that Jack in the Box get wild, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
gets
It
wild
used to
over
be.
there,
It
man.
used to be worse.
Really?
Okay, because now it's a convenience store
Yeah.
/ Jack in the Box. But back in the day, it was just a freestanding Jack in the Box. Many times people were falling asleep in the drive-through
Really?
after 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a couple of friends that fell asleep there. So yeah, it was awesome. Hey, you know what? Also, I got hit. I was in the drive-through and a dude hit me. He was so drunk, he ordered his food and he took that little turn to come into the window and boom, smashed my car.
No.
Yeah.
It's some characters over there, man. Oh,
Yeah.
They must be talking about the pizza place is
Which one, George's?
not
or
George,
Spanky's?
Spanky's.
Yeah, okay.
Spanky's is good.
Hey, and my boy Rafa Aldez brings up the kolache shop. You know,
Oh, the original Kalaji
yeah,
shop.
okay, so let me tell you something. So I grew up, I went to Gulfcrest Elementary School over there, okay? I moved over there when I was 9 years old, okay? I've never been to the original kolache shop.
Oh man.
But in my defense, I have been to Shrimp Galley.
Yeah, right
Isn't
there.
that
Okay,
right
yeah.
across the
Shrimp
street?
Galley right there. The street, yeah.
I have. And so, yeah, so that's kind of, that's, so you are in the Gulf Gate area.
I am
Now,
in the Gulf
I was
Gate area.
testing you, man, see if you were
Yeah.
actually.
No, I'm in
See
there.
if you're actually in Gulf
I'm
Gate
in
area,
there,
man.
man.
Because,
So I've
man,
been
I
there for
didn't
like-
want you to be frauding on the southeast side, man.
So I've been over there for like a year, like you're saying. I used to be over there in Missouri City, Sienna place.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then I moved to the southeast side, doing South Houston Gulf Gate area. So
Okay,
yeah, man. So-
nice. They, my people treating you well over there?
yeah, man, it's cool, man. Like I said, it's not bad because they see me every day. You know what I mean? I treat them. I try to talk to them. I don't know that much Spanish, so I try to get the basics down a little bit and try to hold little conversations with them when I can. But they know me. I do a pretty good job over there, man. I enjoy being over there. To be honest, it's not that bad.
Okay. Are you hoping that they give you Christmas gifts for Christmas or what?
Nah, I don't do it. Nah, it's nice. They'll give me like a little bag and maybe like, just for appreciation during the year and stuff like that. But I don't need Christmas gifts or anything like that.
Man, we all need Christmas gifts, bro.
Oh man,
come on.
I can't say that there's been like this one place that's off of Reveille that's been there, the wholesale cap off of 3703 Reveille.
Oh no. Yeah, that's brand new. Now that
brand new?
used to be a Pilgrim Cleaners.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so-
I grew. Okay, so that's Reveille and what is that street? Because I lived on Bradford.
That was so you had Bradford, Kingsley. You had
Was that Poplar?
Camwood.
No, that's going this way.
Okay. Oh,
So
so you Bradford.
Bradford. What's this?
Buena Vista. You had.
No, that's on the other side. But anyway, yeah, I know
I'm
where you're
saying
at.
Bradford's back. Bradford's right here. You got Kingsley. Then you have I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know, but
I can't think of the
okay.
name.
So right behind that,
Yeah.
there's a company that actually does baseball fields. I think it's called Fielder's Choice.
Fielder's Choice. Yeah.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
never knew. Here's another thing too. So I saw those guys on a project.
Really?
And I'm like, man, where you guys from, man? Or where you guys at? And he's like, man, what's the street, dude? I grew up over there.
Really?
But and I saw it and I remember the street and I was like, dude, where you at? He goes, man, we're right there in the corner. He goes, right there by the wholesale caps. And I was like, oh, dude, that used to be an old school Pilgrims long time ago. Because I used to walk and take my parents close to that's I know. And I used to also walk to school there. But yeah, Coach Sam, I haven't been to Taco Tech, but Shrimp Gallery, yes, all the time, especially the burgers and, catfish and some shrimp over there. But yeah, man, I'm impressed by your Southeast.
That's my neighborhood. That's my second neighborhood
Yeah,
now. So
but
I
you-
got to know it now.
Yeah, but I tell you what though, you still need to go to.
That's all.
I'm gonna say Tailwink
Tell me.
for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, all the city employees are there, so
Yeah.
you can't miss the parking lot
No.
because if it's not the city of Houston, it's the light company. If it's not the light company, it's Time Warner. Yeah, they all in there taking 2-hour breakfasts. Have you seen that, Julio? Yeah. Right there at Tailwink. Yeah, and so try to go there, man. But upon all that, Flash,
Right.
upon all that, are you like Junior and you just can't wait for the baseball season to start? Are you enjoying your time? Be honest, man.
Yeah, so I can't lie. I enjoy going home, playing the game. I get a chance to play the MLB The Show, try to get my guy to the MLB and doing things like that, play a little Madden, stuff like that. But there's other times like, man, I'm ready to get back out there. I miss it. I miss it. No, I wouldn't say probably the games or like the tournaments or anything like that.
Just being around the people.
Being around the people.
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
with you there.
I miss that part. That's the part I miss the most. But
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I'm with you there, man. That fade's gonna take about an hour.
He getting them right, man.
He
Getting them right.
Hey, yeah, Tony Cepeda, we are talking about. Yeah, there you go, Nick Joplin. Bro, I grew up on there.
Oh,
Dude, I lived on Bradford, a block away from there.
That is it, man. I can't believe
Yeah,
Joplin,
I
man.
can't, man. You know what?
That's
That's gonna
crazy,
take a
man.
man. I used to shoot hoops at Joplin Park right there by Golf Crest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's there anymore. I passed by there the other day, and I don't think it's there. But man, thank you, Nick, for Joplin. Man, I'll tell you, my parents would be pissed if I didn't know that street.
Man.
But yeah, so right there, Joplin. So you have Joplin, Bradford,
You got
then
it.
Kingsley, Camwood, and then Park Place.
Park Place.
And
yeah.
then you go Joplin, Greenstone, Greendown, Southern.
Yep.
Man, I know my
McHenry.
neighborhood,
Yeah,
bro.
got
I know my
McHenry over there,
neighborhood.
Third row. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm all over there, man. Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Oh man, yeah. So, so that's so. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And man, I can't even believe, dude. I used to walk down that street all the time.
Really, man?
Yeah. Hey, but so let's talk about 5 Tool. What was going on at 5 Tool before all this coronavirus stuff, man? You had a good showing. The 10U had a good showing.
Yeah, that was good.
We had Mo on here again.
Yeah, that's
A good guest. I like Mo.
yeah, I like Mo, man.
Yeah. And so what was going on over there? Talk about your team, man, and what you were doing.
So really, with the 8U group is that we was transitioning to 9U. So what we've been doing, man, most of the time we really been working the kids on how to hold runners on, doing pickoffs, making sure they learn the strike zone, things like that. Just trying to get them acclimated to that level, man, because what I think, to me, honestly, the biggest jump these kids is going to make is 8U coach pitch to 9U kid pitch.
Yeah.
Because
True.
to me, it's just all hell breaks loose once it gets there, man. So what we've been trying to do, man, we'll play occasionally. Like I said, we got into Raul's 9U kid pitch league, so we
Okay.
can get acclimated earlier so they can understand what they need to do and things like that.
Yeah.
Have them learn that you're going to fail now because there's not going to be somebody just guiding it to your bat zone. You got to learn how to navigate through the strike zone, learn what you need to work on, things like that. And we'll find a coach pitch tournament just to keep them in it. But like I said, to me, it looks like even the parents are more excited about doing the kid pitch than the coach pitch.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that. We've been getting them into that. And then like with the 9U group now, it's been up and down. So, man, the hardest thing with us, man, is like on Saturdays, they come out and play very well. Like I'm saying, we'll show it well. And then on Sundays, we'll get a lead, and then for some reason, I don't know what it is, man, but it gets to like the 4th or 5th inning, and it just falls apart, man. And it's frustrating because
That's coaching. That's coaching.
I was thinking, say, man,
just messing
I
with
was like,
you.
man, they're gonna fire the coach soon if you don't figure that out, man. So that's the thing that we're working on, is just try to get over that hump, man. It's like whatever it is, it seems like we have one error and then it would just snowball.
Yeah,
and
that happens, man.
We're just trying to figure out how we can stop the bleeding. You know what I mean? So. Like I always tell my kids, man, if anybody's seen our group, like they've seen us play, man, we get mistaken for an 8U group most of the time because they're like, this is the 9U group. I say, yeah, man, my 8s are bigger than my 9s. So I was like, man, you guys, you already small. So you guys, you can't make these mistakes against these, especially these major teams, man, because those teams are always going to find a way to make you pay every time. And it has never failed. When we make a routine error, that they roll that lineup over, man, and regardless who's throwing, they make us pay, man. It just snowballs. And that's the thing that I'm trying to get them acclimated, man. We got to find a way to stop that bleeding. But
okay, so we have a question.
Yeah.
They want to know if are you talking about the Saturday team or the Sunday team?
Man,
Which
this
one?
the AU would be the Sunday team.
Okay.
That's the AU would be my Sunday team. That's my Sunday team. The 9U would be the Saturday team, man. So yeah.
Man, Juan Cruz with the stellar question, man. And you know what? I had forgotten about that. I was not going to bring that up.
Yeah.
But shout out to Juan. He must not be doing anything because he's making a lot of comments tonight. And can we get a view on how Junior's doing over there? He's looking kind of. I don't know who's more nervous, the barber or Junior.
Which one?
Yeah, the barber's sweating and.
Man, he's trying to
be. That's all right. Yeah, hey, barbers are gonna be in demand right now, man.
Yeah.
So, you know.
He about to blow up. We about to stimulate this economy.
Yeah,
quick,
we're
man.
fixing to charge $60 haircuts here.
Yeah.
Unsolicited, unregulated, everything. Hey, but shout out to all the unlicensed barbers that are putting it down right now. You know they're working right now. Flash.
You guys are
in
truly
the house,
appreciated, man.
in the garage, backyard.
I'm definitely one of the guys that think you guys are essential in this time. So I'm definitely looking for somebody, man. So I see my boy Eric hooking Jr. up. I told him I'll be just
you gonna get faded up too?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to go ahead hook me up one time.
Yeah, you better drop that 50. Drop that 50. Ain't nothing free. But yeah, dude. I mean, hey, especially right now with all this coronavirus stuff, and it's just crap right now. And I know everybody wants to think they're gonna play in May.
I don't, man. I honestly
that
think,
ain't gonna
man,
happen.
I honestly feel like,
and
man,
I think the high school baseball season is kaput. I think that's done. Somebody. I talked to somebody today, and yesterday, and they said they assured me that the high school baseball season was gonna come back in the middle of May.
Really? I don't know.
That's what they said, man. But I don't believe that.
I'm leaning towards, man, June. Maybe June. I think
for what? For high school?
No, for high school. I think high school is done. I'm just talking about.
You're talking about
baseball.
select.
I think it won't get back into the World Series for over there.
Really?
I honestly feel like that,
Okay.
man. I find it very hard. Even let's say they open up the tournaments. Let's say we get them back going. I think the parents will be like, hey, we want to give this time extra month or so to make sure it's gone, and then get back into it. I know some people want to get back into it. I don't blame them, but I think more parents are going to be like on that social distancing. We're going to take another month, make sure this thing is done, and then get back into it. I say June.
So you think it's social distancing. How about the economic factor? Because we don't know how people are doing as far as being furloughed, people losing their jobs.
That's another thing.
All this and all that. I mean,
so man,
what do you think?
That could be another thing right there, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to have a lot to do. How about you?
Impact a lot of people, man.
Hey, and we'll ask Ralph, but I think he's ready to go for a baseball tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So if you, like, based on right now, and it's just a question. Would you, as far as the World Series is concerned, and let's say it's in late July, would you consider it as of today? Or would you just bypass it and say, hey, man, we'll save that money and we'll use it for whatever we're going to need it for this year? Or how are you doing it?
So if the World Series is in July, this is my thought.
Okay.
They saying this thing's going to peak May 4th, first week of May.
Something like that, yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Okay. Who's they? I just want to know who they
hey,
is.
the people,
just somebody tell me who they is.
The people in charge.
Okay.
So, you still got to go to the downslope. You still got to go down. People are still going to have to do social distancing. So I say anything after June, it might be
Maybe,
Okay.
man.
playable.
Okay, so if it's available in July, like Coach Sam just said, and I haven't read this thing, but I saw what you put, Coach Sam. Would you go right now? Would you call your coach and say, I'm in?
Yeah, I would say I'm in.
Okay. How about you, Flash?
Would I do it?
Well, you're the coach,
Yeah,
so you're
well,
going to actually
the
have to do it.
Yeah,
So
well, the
whoever,
difference between I'm working, so I'm gonna use it as my vacation anyway.
okay.
It depends where it's at.
But I would say, man, because I don't know the situation with most of the parents. Some of them might be working, some probably
Right.
been, like you're saying, furloughed and things like that. So we will always make it to say, hey, it's totally up to you guys. If
Right.
you guys want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
If not, that's fine as
Yeah.
well. We all
Sure.
understand this is just a difficult time right here, so we don't know everybody's situations.
Well, that's all good and dandy until you can't field a team to go to the World Series.
true.
Then what
Yeah.
happens?
Well, I think you have to ask your parents now and say, hey, this might happen. We might play in July. Be ready for it.
Are those
If you don't want to play,
then
tell
don't?
us now.
Are those discussions happening right now?
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've been going on for a while.
I think
They keep pushing this thing back forward more and more. So
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I just,
it sucks, but
yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I know on a couple of MMA tournaments that my son was going to go to, we're not going after all.
really.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's just how it is, man. It's just, yeah, we're just not going to go. Obviously, and I've been on record here, man. If whoever it is, if it's my wife works for HISD, she's a teacher.
Right.
So if the superintendent or Governor Abbott says that there's no school anymore, May 5th, May 6th, I'm driving to Pensacola. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I'm out. And so I don't think we're going back to school.
I don't think so either.
No,
Uh,
sure.
not
I know
until-
school's done. For
I
sure.
think they're done.
Yeah, no select baseball, no high school baseball, no girls softball, no all that stuff. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And so, but yeah, dude, I just
Do like most, just expect for the fall to be the.
so everybody's
season.
playing in the fall. Are you pumped for the fall?
It's gonna be exciting, man.
Yeah, I hate the fall.
Everybody's gonna need that you know what I'm saying, they need that fix. So it's gonna be a live atmosphere in fall for sure.
Yeah, I believe
Well, I
that.
don't know, man, because I got a lot of football kids, so I think they're probably excited to get back to football as well. So
Okay, but for the baseball kids that don't play football,
yeah, they'll be ready to go. But yeah,
yeah.
are you ready? I know you're ready, man.
Yeah, Nick Ortiz brings up something about their World Series bringing in Panama City. I love Panama City, too. Not as much as Pensacola, but I love Panama City. So they're not sure what they're going to do. Yeah, see, I think everybody's in that
That's what I'm saying.
predicament right now, man.
We're in the same
Do
place.
you
as well.
say no right now and
think-
then change your mind
I think
if you have the money?
once May 4th comes around and they say, hey, you know what? Let's push it another month.
Okay.
When they do that, I think
I
that's
think
when
that, yeah.
everybody's going to say, hey, you know
We're
what?
done.
Let's
Shut it down.
Summer's done. So
Yeah.
No.
wait, then
So they
maybe
know.
well, yeah, no.
Okay. All right. I just,
Give it another month. Supposedly the next 2 weeks are going to be the worst. So
yeah.
we'll see how it does.
Man, when I was on my way up here, my friend called me. He's like, "Hey, man, do you know 30,000 Americans are gonna die next week?" And then after that, and I'm like, "Dude, where are you getting all this
Where
stuff
is this
from?"
coming from,
I said, "Man, I had to get off the phone with my friend, a good friend of mine I've known for like 20-something years." He's like, "Yeah, man, it's really bad, dude. 30,000 people are dying next year." I'm like, "Man, Junior Aguilar just been giving out fake information on the internet." And so I was just like, "Man, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's gonna be bad, but what do you think?" I mean. I just think it's tough. At some point in time, like Julio said, you're going to have to make a decision if you're going to go to win the World Series.
Yeah.
If you have the money, then I
Yeah.
think, and you can spare it, I think it's going to be a yes. If you're kind of like on the fence, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know.
Man, I would say, like you said, it'd be tough if we can't go. But honestly, if the parent can't understand why some of these kids can't go of this situation, then I think they have deeper issues than what's going on right now, man. So I would never hold against somebody and say, hey, we can't do this regardless of their situation or not. Hey, we're just gonna pull out. That's totally fine. I have no problem with that.
And I think also it's not just the virus. How many people are using their vacation sick time right now?
Yeah, exactly.
How many people are getting their hours
You
cut?
know what? I hadn't thought about
So once summer comes around, you know, they're not going to have the financial stability to go for World Series or the part-time off or vacation or anything like that. So that's going to be another factor.
Yeah. So
as far as that,
a friend of mine told me that if school goes back and then if you're going to do summer school, it's going to go all the way into the middle of July, if not the end of July. So for all the kids who are going to go into summer school, and there's always kids that go into summer school.
Exactly.
yeah, sure.
You know, it is what it is, and so that's yeah. I mean, Frank, you got a lot of money, dude. So you can spend a lot of money on food and beer, and so you're all good. But we're talking about the other people who can't do that, and there's a lot of people on that side of the board too. So, you know, hopefully they do their due diligence, which I think they will.
Yeah.
And then figure it out.
Man, I gotta ask, man. So all these baseball parents out here that's homeschooling their kids, how do you like it being there 8 hours with your kids just trying to get them to do that schoolwork, man? How do you like that?
Okay, so this I play around with this, and I told my wife this the other day. She told me why it's not going to happen, but you know, just for conversation's sake, right now. So say school goes back on May 4th. This is May 4th. Okay, May 4th's a Monday. I don't know when May 4th is, but for today, right now, May 4th's a Monday. I told my wife, as a school teacher, on May 5th, I'd go on strike.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd go on strike, and you get paid, because it's just like every person who sits there and complains, and I'm only going to say this one because my wife's a teacher, so obviously I'm biased towards that. But everybody thinks they can be the teacher until they actually have to be the teacher, just like they think they can be the coach until
you put them actually do it.
Yeah.
I mean, hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of these people, I mean, you know, they're finally realizing how bad their kid is during the daytime. Boy, listen, I'm realizing how bad my son and daughter are. I'm like, shit, y'all need to get back to school, man. And so, you know, it's just one of those days, man. You know, it's just these kids are bad, dude. They're bad.
We only get them a couple hours in practice. Like, man, and you got to do them like 8 hours a day. Try to get them going through that. Maybe some people don't do 8 hours, but just maybe 4 to 6 hours. Just try to get them through that, man.
And then you got, depending on the class size, you got anywhere between 18 to 25, 26, man. And you got, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking. Because now they're doing all that Zoom stuff, right? So now online, Zoom's crashing and all this and all that, you know, and so everybody's like, oh, man, my wife's like, man, I need to learn. Oh, I've been doing Zoom for a while now, so I kind of walked her through it very little bit because, I mean, you know, you got to learn that stuff on your own. You can't, you know, you just can't tell somebody that and then, so they got to, so, you know, there's all these Zoom meetings. My 7-year-old daughter, she's got a Zoom meeting every morning at 9 o'clock.
Really?
9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so I'm like, God, dog. I mean, she can't even sleep late or nothing, but, you know, that's just the time that we're living in now. But what I think is going to happen, Julio, I think like this this whole schooling from home or homeschool, I don't want to call it homeschooling, but this school at home, online learning, looking fresh.
You get that rat tail, man.
Looking fresh. You got
just a couple more. You need like another month. You're going to be having it back there, man. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Eric.
Oh, you got to put it on. You're off. Your mic's off. Oh, I can't hear you, dude.
No, I can't.
Oh, I got you on mute.
Oh, okay.
Man, Julio muted me, but hey, man, shout out to my boy Eric for coming through, sliding through. That was a fresh haircut, man. Give me some rating on it. How does it look? How does it look with the baseball cap? Does it look like Jake Marisnik?
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, real quick. Nobody can be stalling on this World Series, bro.
What do you mean?
Trump checks coming in, bro. Don't tell me they ain't got no money.
Man?
Save it for vacation, bro.
Oh, man.
Save it for vacation.
Hey, it's funny because
Especially for the ones that file separately.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
we know you guys getting some.
Good one, boy.
everybody's getting paid on that.
Hey, man, real quick,
Eventually.
who pissed off Gilbert on the page?
I don't know.
Man, he went on.
I haven't even looked at
Man,
it.
Gilbert, hey,
Gilbert.
Gilbert, man, I know Gilbert.
Who's that?
He's with 5 Tool as well. He coaches the older group and he's with the Gators as well.
Oh.
Man, y'all gotta understand, Gilbert does that just so people get pissed off, man. He knows exactly what he's doing, man. Gilbert is hilarious, man.
Is he? Okay.
Oh, he's doing. I'm telling you guys, he knows exactly
I haven't
what
been
he's
on
doing.
the page, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
me
Y'all have to get Gilbert in here.
Hey.
You have to get Gilbert in here.
Is that the one with Willie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hey, so Coach Sam says a lot of select parents going to help fail their kids this year so they can graduate later for baseball purposes. I'm with you on that one. I am so always thought. I'll read that later on. I'm not,
All right,
that's
shout out to everybody that's liking the mullet right now.
fine. Hey, so you think people are going to keep their kids back for a year, Julio?
It's perfect time.
The perfect time.
Yeah.
I mean, we heard a team up there from Dallas that does that. I think it's time, bro.
Well, I think a lot of people do it. It's just, would you do it?
Holding them back a year.
Yeah.
Let me see how many more rings I want.
Okay, so
Those are
yeah,
mine.
for school.
Those are
For-
mine.
for
Nah,
school.
hell nah. Nah, man. Nah, I don't think so.
If my son was playing baseball like that, yes, I would. But it's only because of his age and when he's going to graduate. So my son does not. If I don't hold my son back right now, he's going to enter his senior year at 16 years old
Same for Jalen.
and graduate at 17.
All right. Same for Jalen. We're
Yeah.
holding him back, baby.
Yeah.
We're running it back
That
next
sounds
year.
right.
That's just me.
If y'all see us playing 10U next year, mind your own business. It's gonna be
Hey,
fun.
man.
look at Flash. Flash is like,
I'm
man.
good on that, man. I'm done with that, man.
Are you ready? Yeah, but I think we're going to find out. We're going to find out real soon who gets held back.
Hey,
But it's a
hey,
perfect opportunity.
Hey,
too.
on the real, I was hearing while I was getting this fresh fade, right? Hearing about schooling and kids in class. Man, them kids are just running through that laptop and they just playing video games all day. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing. Well,
Yeah, because the
for
parents don't
most
know
part.
what
They don't know what
the
they're
the
doing,
parents don't know what they're doing. Nothing against
Yeah.
the parents. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
but if you're not a teacher and you don't know that, I mean,
So
are you
what
gonna do?
what I did, like I kind of gave the Legends kids a project for this week, and it was to write an essay. So we gave them a random year for a World Series winner, and then they had to write an essay and they had to answer like 5 questions. It was like who won the World Series, how'd they get there, like how they play in the playoffs, how the series go, and who was the World Series MVP. And who led the team in batting average. That way there was a little bit. So check this out. This was funny. So, like, I gave this out, I want to say Monday afternoon because we're doing, like, Zoom and Xanity training with them. So I told them Monday afternoon, like, hey, man, this is due Friday. We're going to do this. Tuesday morning, by, like, 11 o'clock in the morning, Jalen's like, I finished it. I'm done. I was like, damn.
Really?
This boy ran through all these YouTube videos
Yeah,
last
yeah.
night. I'm like, man, he put in that work. But see, this is what I did. When the kids don't know I did this. The parents know if they're listening right now. I read all the Wikipedias already.
Oh,
of
you
all
saw-
the-
you
so,
co-
so I already know.
Yeah.
So, Jay comes over here and he's like, man, I finished that. He all nice, purdy and stuff. He gives it to me. I'm reading the first sentence. It's the exact same thing I just read on Wikipedia. I'm like, bro,
Hey,
Wikipedia is not. They have good information, but don't go word for word.
Which
they
your
don't,
friend.
They don't know yet, man, but they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
If they're starting to do it right now,
Yeah.
man, at 10 or 11. Oh man.
So what I did,
They're gonna be good at high school at this, man.
I crashed that, and I told him you're gonna rewrite it. So now he went back and he actually wrote. It's a pretty good essay. I'm gonna bring it up. It's clean because I told him I was like, look, the reason why I'm making you guys do this is because you guys are used to just seeing like the baseball we see now. So like I think the newest team that somebody got was like 2006. You know, so everybody got 90s and stuff like that. And I started watching some of this.
Man,
did
it's
you
on
guys
YouTube.
know this? It's on YouTube. All of
on
it.
YouTube.
So like, did you guys know in 1991 when the Twins played the Braves, it's considered one of the best World Series ever, right?
Right.
But it was also the first time they debuted the electronic strike zone on TV. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
I didn't either. I was like,
not know that,
damn.
man.
And 1991, Minnesota Twins. And apparently
I
they
actually
were
saw
not-
that World Series.
What'd you think, man? What'd you think of that?
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
They
Kirby
had,
Puckett,
they had-
Ken Herbeck.
You know who was in the booth?
All those guys.
And Jalen was freaking out because he had no idea who it was. So I told him, Jack Buck was in the booth.
Oh really? Oh okay.
And I'm telling you, Joe Buck does not sound like his dad at all, bro.
No.
It is two completely different styles. And they had the other guy, the one that got in. Man, I keep forgetting his name. He's everywhere though.
Who? Tim McCarver?
Yes, that guy. Yes. And it was interesting. So everybody had to turn it in by 9. So after the show, I'm gonna be reading some. So I'm interested.
So which one's your favorite World Series then? Which one did you
2017. Now, out of the
Out of
ones
the
we
ones you
talked
gave out?
about,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my favorite World Series was the 2001.
That was man.
And I'm telling you why, because I was in 5th grade. We had 9/11
Yeah.
that happened, all this crap. And then it was like Yankees, Diamondbacks. And it was like, I felt, everybody wanted the Yankees to win because New York, feel good story, and then Luis Gonzalez just, going back to it. You watch documentaries on the series. I don't understand why Joe Torre moved the infield in on that play. If they would have been playing straight up, Jeter catches that and the Yankees win.
We don't know that.
But we don't know that. But I stayed up. I won't forget it, man. I stayed up late to watch this game. It was on Fox.
Man.
And when he hit it, I felt like I was part of the Diamondbacks because I'm like, man, I've always hated the Yankees.
Bro,
So
honestly, I thought that game was over when Soriano hit that home run.
Yeah.
I thought it was over with because
Yeah.
that was like saying really out that whole series, maybe like one game was like I forgot that word. Dang, the one that was just different from outlier. It was an outlier when they had that blowout in Game 6. But all the rest of the games, man, especially 3, 4, 5 in New York when they had the walk-off home runs and things like that, man. That was crazy.
Yeah,
man. So
that World Series to me,
is crazy,
I
man.
remember it. The one that I also remember is the 2003 Marlins.
Yeah.
Why? Because everybody remembers this because Bartman got in the
Yeah.
way again. Like Steve says, we don't know what could have happened, but I remember that because that's when the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire deal was going on. They were still popping, so that one I remember it because Miggy was first year, right?
Yeah,
First year in the
19.
league.
19 years old.
He was.
Let's not forget Castillo's errors at shortstop.
Shortstop error is
Yes.
probably the
Let's
one
not forget that.
changed
Everybody wants to blame
everything.
Bartman.
Yeah, that
It
shortstop,
wasn't.
that double play ball.
They choked 8 runs in the 8th,
Man,
something like that.
It was like a floodgate. Like
Yeah,
that's
it was-
how I felt, man.
it was
I just
crazy.
Like, man.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to listen to these. So I mean, hey man, whoever's listening, y'all want to do something with y'all's kids, do that.
That's pretty cool, man.
Another
That's a
one
good
that I
idea.
did, just different sport. We did basketball. So what I told,
Hey, congrats to Rudy T going into the Hall of Fame today.
Well deserved,
congrats,
man.
Rudy T.
Finally, man.
So
Exactly. Finally,
So-
Ralph, we're fixing to call you Ralph.
So check this out. Going on the other one that I did, we're watching like old school basketball games, like early 2000s. If you guys want to see some crazy like basketball, and I know you guys seen it, the LA Sacramento Kings series. Whew. Like Jalen's like watching this, and then he's like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "Bobby Jackson." Who's this guy? Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic. I think they had a young Hedo Turkoglu, Vlade Divac,
Mike Bibby.
Yes,
Man,
Mike Bibby,
oh,
bro.
man.
How the Kings did not win is beyond me.
That was crazy, bro.
But I lived through that.
How they didn't win? They cheated. That's why. I mean, just call it how it is.
You
The
ain't
Kings should have won that. Man, the refs were on their side.
They ain't wanna see
Just
that,
like when we
man.
talked on the football podcast with Coach K about them referees from Dallas.
Oh,
Did y'all ask him?
Yeah,
Did y'all
yeah.
ask the Clipper coach?
No.
Oh, okay. Y'all should have.
Yeah, we should have.
I think Junior was scared.
Yeah, man. You know me.
Well, hey, so we're gonna segue. There was a question. Did you put it on your page, Junior, or was it on
I
the?
put it on my
was
page.
it's on yours.
Yeah, on my personal page. It's on
Tell
there.
him that I'm gonna introduce our next guest.
All right, so this is what I did today, man. Today was one of those days where, like, went to work. Everybody's still busy, but
Text us every 5 minutes.
I'm texting everybody, whatever. And then like, it got to lunchtime, and I said, man, because the other day again, I did this is the only thing on TV, so I show it with Jalen. I show him the old school people. So then like, I just type in Stone Cold Pop, and I hit search, and it pops up like it popped up the Survivor Series 8-man tag team match with Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and then DX. And then like the best part was like everybody's coming out, and then if you smell, and then the Rock's coming, he's doing his little thing. But the moment the Stone Cold one came out, bro,
Shadow,
like
man.
I almost started crying. I was like,
It's crazy, bro. And
Awesome,
it's
wasn't it?
not, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like saying, like when I saw that when you had posted that, man, and I was gonna tell you, said, man, like the app, they have that for free, so you can watch all of the old,
I got that.
the Raw and all that, and watch all the old pay-per-views and stuff like that, man. And it's just
It's
crazy.
on, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
just watching it's like, man.
So we got somebody that's going to talk to us about that and to talk about things about wrestling in general. So joining us on Skype, the Suntan Superman from the Showstopper Sports Talk Show. Suntan Superman, how you doing, buddy?
Hey man, what's up, man? I'm good. How y'all doing?
Oh man, we're doing good. We're just going to talk about a little WWE real quick, man. I know you're a big fan of it, man. So what do you think? Which one was better, man? Stone Cold or The Rock?
Oh man, I'm a heartbreak kid type of guy, but if I had to pick one of those guys, because I am a boy toy, just so you know. Again, The Rock, he was unique, and he had a great fan base. But when you go to Stone Cold, he's kind of like the LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. He transcended the audience. They were in the Monday Night Wars. They were kind of stale and stagnant, and he came in and he did what we all wanted to do: kick our boss right in the stomach, stun him, and drink a beer and go home. That's what he did. So all of America loved him. All the country, the whole world loved him. So you got to go with Stone Cold, because when you hear that glass break, it's 2 beers and ass whooping time.
Yeah, hey, and I tell you what, when I was younger, I used to have that Austin 316 shirt. I bought it when I went to the Summit. When was it? Yeah, I think it was a Monday Night Raw that I went to the Summit.
I think I went to that one too.
Yeah, and I went there because I told Junior this, Suntan Superman. I've been fortunate enough to go to 4 WrestleManias in my lifetime.
Man, that's awesome.
And I tell you what, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've been to World Series games. I've been to the Super Bowl. I've been to NBA championships. I've been to college football playoffs. There is nothing more exciting than a WrestleMania, dude, because the energy from
crazy,
6 o'clock to 11 o'clock,
The same.
bro.
Oh man, it's live the whole time.
It's on. That's one of the only. Okay, so let me tell you my little, I guess my agenda when it comes to WrestleMania. I get there a little bit when it's gonna about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I get there about 5:30, because that's one of the only events that you can actually from 5:30 to 6 o'clock you can walk up and just walk straight in, because everybody's already sitting down.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting down. Everybody's getting ready. So I mean, if you want to be late for WrestleMania, you can. It's going to actually benefit you. I told my sister that when we went to the one in the last one in Houston. She's like, "Oh man, we got to get there." I said, "Chill. We're gonna get there, man." We got there, walked straight in, boom. As soon as you know it, hey, you better go to the restroom, man.
It was nonstop, man.
Hey, it's nonstop. One match ends, they walk out. The other match, I mean, you're just captivated for about 4 or 5 hours, man. So, sometimes Superman, how many WrestleManias have you been to, my man?
Yeah, we've been to 2.
Okay,
but
cool.
Funny story. We go to the Royal Rumble, and we went to this last one, but we went to the one in San Antonio, and I learned a trick. Let me give you an inside tip. If you got floor seats, doesn't matter where you're sitting, you have access to the floor. So what I did was we was kind of sitting by the stage towards the back, but not really where we could see them walk out. In San Antonio, I told the guy, I learned in Houston they have seat fillers. So I said, "Hey man, I'm a seat filler, man. They want to put me where there's no empty seats are, so that you don't see them on camera." The guy's like, "Oh, okay, great." So he moved me, my wife, and my son and my cousin. We moved up to like the 3rd row. The people got there, they moved us to the 2nd row. The people got there, they moved us to the 1st row, and kept moving us around. And we never sat in our seats. We stayed within the first 4 rows of the whole event. So when John Cena broke the record, we were actually, I think, 2nd row. We can see everything right then and there.
No, hey, so did they let you take the seat home or not?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got it right here. Let me show you.
Yeah, show me the seat, man. Because I have 3 of them. I lost one in transit.
Oh, that's one. Here's the one from San Antonio, 2017. I don't know if you can see it or not.
No, we can't see it. But I'm gonna take your word for it though.
Yeah. So yeah, we So I tell you what, that was pretty awesome. And then after that, my son wanted 4 seats every time. So
that's a bad thing.
And get a little side hustle in to get him those seats. We were on the floor of this Royal Rumble.
Oh, nice.
It was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
They put on a great show.
Oh man, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, and Ralph, I tell people all the time. I mean, hey, listen, there's a lot of people that don't like wrestling, and we understand that. But man, all you gotta do is go to one, man.
Yeah.
Them guys are super athletic. You know what I'm saying? They remind me of myself in great condition. Hey man, what y'all laughing about, man? I'm perfectly round.
The Suntan Superman.
Yeah, them guys are athletes. They really get out there and they perform, and who cares who knows who wins or loses? But they put a show on. You got them new guys like Seth Rollins who just doing flips after flips after flips. It's just. It blows my mind.
Yeah, they're definitely athletic, and I tell you what, man, the best thing about it, or not for them, but man, they do it every single day.
Every day,
or at least 3 or 4 or 5 times out of the week. Now, are you watching the Dark Side of Wrestling, that Viceland series?
Yeah, I actually watched the Chris Benoit one. I started the New Jack one. Tell you what, man,
New Jack's
it's
crazy.
crazy to think of. You hear the story, they talk about it, and kind of like Jericho said, you don't want to immortalize him, but man, when he was in the ring, he gave everything he got. He's what you'd want in a superstar. And man, the wear and tear, just the CTE, that took effect, and but I tell you what, man, watching that reminds me, how lucky we were to see Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
To me, being a Hispanic, and seeing somebody that looked like me and talk like me and just get out there and really perform. He wasn't a big 6'5", 300-pound muscle guy. He was just a normal dude that did extraordinary things. So watching that's what I took from that.
Yeah, that's a great series, man. And I have not watched the New Jack one, but I'm gonna watch it. But I tell you what, man, there's some things about the Chris Benoit episode that I never knew, and man, it was kind of shocking. But we all know the story, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero.
It's tragedy. The beginning is just really just remarkable of their career, what they did together. They're kind of they kind of transited. They went from WCW and they walked out on a guaranteed contract because at the time WCW was paying more money than anybody.
Right.
Than WWE or F, whatever you want to call them. And they were given those big contracts, and they walked out on those, and they bet on themselves, and they went and became champions. Him and Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn. So that was, you see the backside of that.
Hey, I got a question for you. So back in the day on Monday Night Raw and Monday Night Wars, who did you watch? Because I was a big WCW guy back in the day.
Bro, I watched both. What you mean?
No. Yeah, no. Okay. Hold on.
What you talking about?
No,
okay,
hold on. Let me explain. Okay. One day I was at my mom's house. I was watching Monday Night Wars, excuse me, and I saw Rick Rude on both telecasts. He was at a live version of WCW, and then I flicked over to USA Network, and Rick Rude is in WWE or WWF at the time. After that, I said, "Man, you're done, man." He probably did. After that, man, I threw WWF away, man.
What?
Yeah, man. Shoot. Nah, I always wanted to go to Bash at the Beach.
I get you, man. I get you. But it's just what your appetite was. WCW, they had the older stars that, they were already past their prime,
right,
who were still great entertainers and great superstars, but they didn't have that young pizzazz and the young funk, because they weren't utilizing them.
Right.
And credit to Vince McMahon, they lost 3 years in a row Monday night, and because, Eric Bischoff was a mad genius, he would give their tape out. He would basically say, "Hey, so and so's fighting so and so. This guy wins. Oh, hey, historic night. Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, whatever you want to call him. He's gonna win the belt." That guy wasn't even a mid card level guy here, and he would do that. So people would, I can just record it and watch it later because it's not live. The benefit of live TV, anything can happen.
Right.
But at the same time, it's one of those things. When you put so much money into something, you got to get a return. And Vince stayed steady. He stayed pat. Hey, look, you want a job today or do you want a job next year?
Right.
And his guys wanted a job next year. He was in a horrible contract with Bret Hart. What did he do? He said, "Hey, look, I just go ahead and go make all that money over there." And they gave him a worse contract at WCW. And next thing you know, they're paying all these guys guaranteed money, which was never seen. And they weren't getting the returns that they thought they would get on that. So, at the end of the day, Vince won because he adapted and went to start going to live shows, and he let Steve Austin be Steve Austin, and the rest is history, And then having DX going to their show on Monday night, and I think they were in Georgia. They showed up with the armored tank, and it was so perfect because WCW started rolling down all the gates because they didn't want them to come in. They weren't really going to go in, but they showed that they were there. So that was like one of their first live shows. So that changed everything.
Yeah, I tell you what. When I was in the restaurant business, Ahmed Johnson used to come in to eat. Man, he was a fucking asshole.
Man,
yeah, the Pearl City.
Pearl River Plunge.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. You said you like WCW or WWF?
I like that. Well,
it doesn't matter.
That was a good one.
I like WWF. I had to let you know one time.
No, and I did like WWF, man, but I was just pissed off, man, because at that time they were supposed to both of them be going live. Okay, so I had that picture-in-picture back in the day. So I had USA Network, and what was it? Was it TBS or TNT? No, it was TNT.
Yeah,
TNT and
it was
USA.
TNN.
No, it wasn't TNT.
No, not yet.
TNT. Oh, it was TNT. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I tell you what, man. I mean, it was always good at the end. I always thought that WWF always had better endings to their shows because, man, you never knew what was going to happen. And then, and I always thought WCW always fell a little bit short at the endings. But, I mean.
Well, you know why, right?
Nah, I don't.
Look at the characters that were on the main card at the end. It was the older guys. It was the Hulk Hogan's, the Macho Mans, the guys that had been in the business for 30 years, 20 years. Their body wasn't going to do what the younger guys were going to do. You know what I mean? So that's why the show was more dramatic at the end because they were younger. They were, you know, they weren't like me and you. You know, we get to 5 minutes, we tired. We trying to take a break. You know, they was some young cats like Flash and Junior and Santos and them. They're trying to coach forever. You know,
Santos would be a jobber, but yeah.
Nah, my boy Santos be a superstar.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he'll definitely be a heel, man.
He'd be a great Divas champion.
He'll be a heel.
Hey. Oh man, that's funny. Hey, Suntan Superman. So when I was younger, I went to the Sam Houston Coliseum and I actually saw Andre the Giant fight Kamala. And
man, that's awesome.
Man, I have never seen a human as big as Andre the Giant. That dude was huge. And when Kamala picked him up to body slam him, man, I thought Kamala was gonna I thought his back was gonna break, dude. And then when he body slammed him, man, I'm telling you, man, back in the day, the Sam Houston Coliseum with Houston Wrestling, Paul Bosch, we used to pay $5 to sit at the balcony. $5 to sit in the balcony. Awesome. 1919 Caroline. Who else was on there? Mr. Norman, Tiger Conway, all those guys, man. So I've been going back to the Houston wrestling days. I don't know if have you heard the podcast with Bruce Pritchard?
I've heard some of them. Yeah, I've listened to some of them here and there.
He's got one about Houston wrestling. I don't know if you've heard it, man. It's like 3.5 hours long, man. I would suggest anybody, if you have the time, it's 3.5 hours long. Yeah. Man, they break it down how WWE took over from Houston wrestling and Paul Bosch's involvement and all that. Man, it's awesome, man. But it's a long listen, so. We have time, Frank. We have time.
We got time now. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Locked up in the house, working from home, catching up on my WWE. I got a 6-year-old, man, and he thinks he's a WWE superstar. So every night we having matches for belts, and man, I'm 40 years old, man. I can't take it no more. I'm like trying to tag a partner in or something.
Hey,
tell my wife you gotta jump in.
Hey, you know what's funny? Where was it a couple of years ago? I think weren't you gonna have like a little match at your house? I was gonna go, man.
We was gonna have it because we had that hurricane, so we was having it at my house in South Houston. But then we ended up moving and moving to the dark side. So we ain't have it no more. But we had it at my house when we got the new house. We just had it here. But we was gonna have it so he still wants to have that rematch because he took my belt from me. But it's all right though. I'll get him back.
All right, so how does wrestling become good again? What do you think? What do you think got to be done, man? Because
I tell you what, I mean,
go ahead.
I think they got to get like Paul Heyman. They got to get him back involved, like really let him writing the scripts. Even Jim Cornette, he was a good writer. I think Vince needs to let control of it. I mean, here's the thing: you got a 70-plus-year-old man running a company that isn't in tune with them. You know what I'm saying? That isn't. Vince likes the big muscle-bound guys, the Goldbergs, the Brons, the Drew McIntyres. Where they made their meat and potatoes were with them young guys. Steve Austin, he wasn't very big. Shawn Michaels wasn't very big. Bret Hart wasn't very big. They were all regular sized guys that could just really perform. You think about it, you don't want to go see two guys just punch each other in the face. You want to see high flyers that are doing backflips, jumping off the top rope. And those, don't get me wrong, those guys have a place because they make a difference. But when you have those guys that can just entertain you and really make you believe the story, a lot of times I think that, now compared to back in the day, when you had The Rock, and you had Stone Cold. They say what they wanted to say. They didn't care. They didn't care what came out. Now a lot of times I feel like they're being kind of handcuffed. Hey, stick to this script and go out there and say this. So you got to let them be them and really entertain and find that character who they are. And that's why so many people are leaving. I mean, you think about it. When is the last time someone left the WWE to join a rival promotion? 10 years?
Yeah.
8 years? Now they're going to AEW and they're having some success because they're young, they're fresh, they're new, So, hopefully, once Hunter takes over completely, I know Shane's kind of going to run the everyday business, but, for what I'm hearing, Triple H and Stephanie are going to take over, and I think they're going to kind of bring like the Paul Heymans, some of those old writers back that really knew what the fans wanted. You got to get the fans what they want. They don't want to see the same guy. Hey, I love Roman Reigns. We met him here at the Pasadena Fairgrounds a while back, but you can't force somebody down somebody's throat. You got to let them pick who they want, and I think that's what they're gonna need to do to be really fun again and really have a lot of fun and get out there and just be great.
Yeah. My opinion is this: you need to bring back like the heavy hitters. Bring back Stone Cold, The Rock, but not to like wrestle. Bring somebody like under them so the crowds can like feed off of it and bring them in. You know what I'm saying? Like if Stone Cold comes out and it's like, hey, here's Stone Cold Jr. People gonna be like, Stone Cold Jr. Yeah, we'll take him in. And like, like I think the biggest thing about the Roman Reigns was they were shoving that dude so much down everybody's throat. Nobody liked him, and he looks like Aquaman, man. So nobody's gonna, feed off of that. So that's my opinion. My favorite wrestler to this day is still Stone Cold, it's still The Rock, and it's Triple H. Those three guys, I could watch them all day, every day. A lot of people, look, Flash is like, Triple H.
Who's your favorite wrestler, Flash?
Right now or just?
No, just all time.
Oh, all time. If I had to pick one to watch right now, I would like Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, Flash. I like you for a reason.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy watching Shawn Michaels matches. But like, if I were to pick somebody entertaining, it would have to be The Rock because he's good on the mic. So it just depends on what you want to see. Now you want to see in-ring wrestling, like I like Shawn Michaels. Somebody on the mic, The Rock is good. CM Punk was good. I also like guys on the mic that's pretty good. So things.
I think they're bringing CM Punk back.
You think so?
Well, he ain't doing anything UFC shit.
Yeah, well,
getting his ass whooped.
Who's your favorite tag team?
No, I think they're bringing him back slowly. I think he'll probably be back. I mean, with the whole thing kind of stalling, I think he'll be back by kind of Christmas time. Get him set up for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania next year.
Oh, good. Hey, where's WrestleMania going to be at next year? Do you know?
Man, it slipped my mind.
Because I know this year was in New York, right?
No, it's in Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh, Tampa. Oh, you know what? I think next.
They're selling the chairs.
Are they really?
Yeah, because they ain't gonna be able to use them, so they're selling them.
Oh no! You know what? I think next year it's in New York or New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah. I'd love to see that in March.
See, look, the comments already popping. People want to see Stone Cold Jr., baby. This Stone Cold Jr., baby. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Then when he get whooped because they didn't know who he is, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, forget that guy. He's a bum."
Yeah. No, it's all gonna matter if they can get that pop once they come out, man. Because I've been.
That's not the matter. I mean, you brought a good point up. So what they did was they brought The Rock to kind of help Roman Reigns, kind of put him over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember. It was about a year and a half ago. But I think you just gotta let them naturally get there, or you should have brought The Rock in early because you look at the Usos are over a lot because they weren't pushed down anybody's throat, but they had great charisma. They're good on the mic, and shout out to Booker T. He had them here at Reality of Wrestling, training with him down here. The five-time WCW. Steve knows that could be WCW.
Yeah, I do.
Do it one time. Do it one time.
Man. You remember the grocery store fight him and Stone Cold had?
Oh, epic, man.
Oh, that was. If you ain't seen that one, you need to YouTube that one. That one was an epic one.
We got an ass whooping on aisle 5. Yeah. Ass whooping on aisle 5.
Yeah, I remember when Chris Jericho came over. I had an inside guy tell me I was young. I was like 16 years old, and the guy told me that he knew somebody and told him Chris Jericho was coming to WWE.
With the countdown.
WWF. And so every time they did the countdown, I remember telling everybody, "Oh yeah, that's Chris Jericho." I ain't know it was Chris Jericho. I was just saying what the guy told me. Yeah. When he came out, bro, I thought I was like Dionne Warwick with the psychic hotline.
Hey, you know what? So they had that countdown, right? And I was like, man, when's it? I missed when Chris Jericho actually came out, dude. I did not watch.
Yeah, that was
I
with
was
The
so
Rock.
pissed.
He came out with
I
The
was
Rock.
so pissed when that happened.
Because you was probably watching WCW. Mr. Ayatollah of Rock and Roller.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Hey, but you know, going back to the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, man, that match that he had here at WrestleMania with the Undertaker, man, that was some good TV, and it was also some good live action, man. I mean, shout out to the Undertaker, Waltrip High School. But I tell you what, man, that was one of the best matches I think I've ever seen, and man, I just enjoyed watching it, man. I enjoyed watching it. And so I want to go, me and Junior have been talking about, we want to go to WrestleMania next year. You going to go, Frank?
Man, I'm in. We already talked about going. We wanted to go this year, and we were gonna try to do some last minute tickets, but then this whole thing popped up. So
yeah, they do a great job on the weekend of. I mean,
you have so much stuff. You have the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You have NXT.
Everything.
You know, NXT is Triple H's baby, and they produce a lot of superstars out of it.
Yeah, they sure have. So we need to get together. And Flash, you gonna go too? You going to WrestleMania?
I'm down. Like I said, I went to Royal Rumble here in Houston. I enjoyed it a lot, man. So I'm definitely down for that type of stuff, man.
Yeah, Junior?
Hey, talk about Royal Rumble. I was watching Royal Rumble here. The moment Edge came out, I lost my nuts.
Man, it went crazy, man.
I was like, what?
It went crazy.
Yo,
like,
I'm looking at my son, and he's just like, who is that? And I was like,
man,
You don't know.
they don't understand, man. When
They
he
don't.
came out, man.
You think you know me? No, that's
Man.
Jericho, right?
No, that was it.
That's Edge, right? One of them. They to me like they're similar, but I know the difference. But you know who I really miss though? Like prime Hardy Boys. Them dudes were like, oh, bro. I used to be like, you used to pick one thing, either the ladders, chairs, or tables.
Yep.
Like that was your thing, you know. And
Them
then,
and the Dudley Boys.
yeah,
Dudley Boys.
WW.
Oh, the
Oh,
Dudley
they had some
Boys, man.
battles, man. They was out there. Christian and Edge and the Hardy Boys had some, man. Remember when he speared them off the ladder?
Yes,
Man.
Oh,
yes.
that was
Wasn't that here in
crazy.
Houston?
Was that WrestleMania?
I think so.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Was it
Yeah.
WrestleMania? Yeah. Because that was my dad took me to that one too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Frank.
So did you watch when they came out this last time?
No, well,
When
I
they
watched
first
it on
came
I
back?
watched it on TV, so like I wasn't there physically, but Flash was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
It
Dude.
was
It was
great,
nice.
Hey, were you an ECW fan back in the day?
Nah, man, I ain't watched no ECW. I watched real wrestling.
No, it was actually pretty good, man. It was
Man,
actually
it's
pretty.
all right.
The one night
Yeah.
stands is the one. I used to enjoy the one night stand.
Yeah,
The
ECW is
sandwiches.
actually pretty good, man. I mean, you know, I although, and you talk about Pop, you know, Sandman had a huge following in ECW. Man, he came over to WCW, nothing.
Noah Stan. I remember his name.
Raven.
They're like, hey man, where'd you find this job at?
Exactly. Him and what's that? Raven, the Raven.
Raven.
Man, they were trash in WCW, but
And because they were trash.
hey, you know
They was a broke version of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone
Kind of
Cold.
like, hey, let me have a cheeseburger. No, here's a spam sandwich.
Man.
Oh man, but hey Frank, thanks. Excuse me, Suntan Superman. Thank you for joining us tonight, my man. And we're gonna.
Hey, let me give a shout out real quick, man, to my Texas Swingman 7U team.
Go ahead.
Let them know, hey man, we ready to be back on the field.
Yeah. Well, hey, and hopefully we can. But man, I don't know, Suntan. We may not get back on the field, bro. We may
Man,
not.
I hear you.
Well,
Hey,
maybe-
I
hey,
hope they work.
but if we don't get back on the field, let's have a wrestling match. Me versus Flash, baby.
Man, let's do it.
Let's go. Give the
Man,
people
let's
what
do
they want to
tag
see.
team. Me and Flash versus you and Steve.
Let's do it.
Nah,
do
man.
it.
Nah, old school can't move. Old school can't move. I'm gonna pass on
I'm
that.
on too. That's what I'm saying. We average out. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that tag.
That would be
Yeah.
funny.
All right, hey man, here's your
I'll try to watch
upset.
that.
It's an upset because no one expects it. Charlotte Flair is going to win the NXT title.
Who? Oh,
Win the NXT title.
really?
Woo.
Okay.
Is she going to shine? Because no one expects it.
Yeah.
Oh
Who
man.
expects
Nobody
the
would
main
expect that.
superstar to win the NXT title? Nobody.
Yeah, man. If that happens, I'm gonna text you, Frank. I mean, Suntan.
My name's not Frank.
I mean,
You're probably going to text the wrong person.
man,
They
I
call
tried.
me Pretty Boy Ralph Valdez. So, you know, some
Well,
chance.
man, I'm trying not to call you by your name, and I'm just messing up the name. So,
Man, for real. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys have me on, man. I look forward to talking some baseball next time. Maybe I'll get an invite to be in Flash's seat. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on,
It's
man.
all right, though. I see it's because I'm Hispanic. I got to keep the count.
The demographics I got to even it out a little bit.
All
Yeah.
right, I hear you. All right, man. You have a good night. Hey, and go get your WWE WrestleMania chair for $99, bro.
yeah, we will.
Hey, listen to me. It's gonna be the only WrestleMania It won't have anybody in the stands, and you're gonna have a chair.
Yeah, nice. So thanks for the info, Suntan.
All right, boss. Yeah,
All
have a
right.
good night.
Okay, you too, bro. Well, thanks.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. That WWE talk.
Man,
right
I
there.
can do that for hours, man. I can do that for hours.
Man, Suntan Superman came with some heat, some
Okay,
knowledge,
man.
some history.
Do you guys want to get Vicky Guerrero on the show?
What?
I just got a DM right now,
What?
and we gonna make this happen.
Man.
Well, we gonna make it happen right now.
Well, not right now.
Oh, okay.
But it
All right.
says, hey, if you want, want to get on the
Okay.
show, we can do it soon.
Yeah,
So, Vicky
yeah.
Guerrero. Ooh.
Yeah, she played a big role in that in the Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. So, okay. So, here we go. We get another guest on the phone line. So, on our Ferrari Michelada Mix hotline, we have Issa and Jess. And you guys pretty much got the invite last night. So, we have a new project through the Wind Up Media Group coming out soon. It's going to be a podcast where it's kind of like a women's podcast where they're going to talk about everything. Makeup, fitness, chismes, I don't know. We don't know. It's gonna be a full-blown podcast. So on our line, we have Issa and Jess from Cookies and Cafecito joining us. So welcome to the show.
Yo.
All right. So
hey guys, how are y'all?
hey,
Great,
we're
man.
doing fine. We were just talking about WWE for a little while. And so now we're transitioning to you guys. We wanted to get you guys in studio, but I know Jess couldn't make it, and Issa's in the back there somewhere working. So I appreciate you guys calling in. So real quick, talk to us about this new project.
So this new project, it's been in the works. I don't want people to think like, oh, we just overnight, oh, we want to do this. This has been in the works for a while now. We've been just like contemplating, thinking about it, going back and forth, yes, no, but shout out to Junior for pushing us, because then, we decided to go ahead and do it, follow our dreams. This is something exciting that we've been looking forward to doing, and it's just talking something that women love to do. It's talk, right? So why not bring it to a podcast form?
There you go.
So,
there you have it.
We came up with the name Cookies and Cafecito, of course, because Isa does cookies. And
Yes.
my thing is cafecito. Oh my gosh, I love me some cafecito. When we were there yesterday, we had made some coffee. Isa, you liked it, right?
I did, yes.
Because you made some more this morning. I was like, oh,
Yes.
you liked it.
Yes.
Steve likes coffee.
So we decided to come up with the name Cookies and Cafecito, and it's just really exciting that it's like real now, and people have liked the page. We've gotten a lot of support in just one day. It's just amazing how much support we've gotten.
Hey, that's awesome. So here with us, I have Steve Medina, co-host for the Wind Up, and then we have Flash. We got my boy Eric that just faded me up live on TV, and then we have our producer Julio. So
you had a live fader in there.
Yes.
Man, I should have come through.
I'm telling you, we got a live haircut. Now we're gonna start up a Southeast Cuts barbershop.
Yep.
Sponsored by SMB Baseball, so out of Puerto Rico. So shout out to SMB for making that donation.
The DR, not.
Oh, DR, my bad. Okay, so what is the as far as like dates and stuff? When are you guys looking to get started? Because the moment you guys post that page up, you guys had 500 likes overnight.
We're going to be going live on Tuesdays, hopefully by 7 p.m. So the first episode, we're going to kind of introduce ourselves, what we do. A lot of requests that we get all the time is like, how do we balance like a business, being a mother, wife, all that kind of thing. So we're going to kind of start off with that, how more about us, and then, towards the rest of the episodes, we're going to talk about just other things. But a lot of people ask the both of us, more about balance, like being a mother and, that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to talk about it, because we all have to do 10 things at one time. So that's kind of what the first episode will be about. So that's going to be on Tuesday at 7. So hopefully you guys can listen, and it's our first one, so no judgment. And yeah.
Well, maybe we need to have Steve out here because Steve does 10 things at once too. So
I can every day.
So we're really excited too because there's a lot of interest shown, and it's just like such a great way and opportunity for locals to come onto the show too and talk about business. Like, we get to talk about everything, you know, fashion, makeup, business, how to start a business.
Oh.
Yeah, the senores in our lives. Oh my God, we're gonna have a senor episode too. Already in the works.
Hey, I know you guys also talked about having doing like a bachelor type show for all the guys we're trying to get some girlfriends.
Oh yeah.
Santos gonna be the first one.
I have another guest for you guys. And he's sitting right across from me. So we're gonna have to do Santos and Flash.
Flash.
We're gonna have to.
Why Santos?
Huh?
Why Santos?
Santos has been. We're trying to get him a girlfriend, man. We're trying to get him.
He can't do that on his own.
I don't think so, man.
Man, that's terrible.
But look,
no game.
But that's gonna be fun, man. I mean, if you guys get that started, you know, I got a couple bachelors that are ready to go, and you know, maybe we can record off.
We're gonna.
Go ahead.
We're going to do it like that show on TV where you put the wall and you got to get to know them through the wall. And then at the end, he's going to have to pick the girl that he wants to go on a date with. Like,
Love is Blind.
It's not. Oh.
Love is Blind. Yeah.
I remember that show. That was a long time ago.
Man, Juan Cruz wants to come out.
You good, Flash? It looks like you've been through something like that.
Flash said he's good, man. He's good.
Love is Blind Quarantine Edition.
Nice. And Juan Cruz wants to come on, too.
Yeah, we got another volunteer in the comments. Juan Cruz.
Man.
There you go. Oh, wow. We got 2 episodes now.
Making it happen.
We got to get Flash faded up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Flash.
Don't take the bandana off, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, hey, man. That's awesome. I'm excited to you know, for Wind Up Media Group to work with this project with you guys, and you know, I know we've talked about it on our end to have and support something like this. So it's really exciting, and we're really looking forward to all the content you guys are going to push out. And you know, I already got a couple guys, like I said, for that bachelor one. So one of them sitting across. We got one in the comments, and we know somebody. So. That should be good. But hey, I appreciate you guys calling in, giving us a little quick, I guess, preview of what's gonna go down. And I guess the moment, I guess everything's gonna be posted on social media, like as far as like Facebook, Instagram.
So we have our Facebook page, of course, which is Cookies and Cafecito. We just made our Instagram page last night as well. So if you guys are more active on Instagram, go ahead and follow that too. We're working on a logo to put out for you guys so that, you know, we can get some things going. And, you know, we'll be active on all social media accounts.
There you have it.
Posting updates and things like that.
Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on and spending a couple minutes with us. Let us know about the show. And, you know, we got a large following, and everybody's excited. So hopefully we get to see the show within the next week or so. And, man, best of luck to everyone, man.
Awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so the Wind Up Media Group expanding.
Has expanded. And also, you know what else got expanded? Gordito season. Juan Cruz, that boy ready.
He's ready, huh?
Ready. Juan's ready, man.
Man, that should be Flash. Are we gonna be able to find you for during that time of the show?
Man, I'm always out to help the show out, man. So
okay. Hey, we're trying to help you out. We're trying to get you a boo or something, man.
He's like, what? They sending them texts right now. Like, hey, you better get off. You better say no. You better say no.
Man,
hey, but that would be pretty cool. I love
man,
his blind type deal. That'd be funny as hell.
Is that the name of it?
No, it's I guess like a segment or something.
Oh, okay.
Like they're trying to do Love Is Blind.
Oh, okay.
Miss Beth just commented, so that's pretty funny.
Okay, cool. No, I didn't know what that was about. Yeah, man. So that's pretty exciting, man. So hopefully, is it going to come on this Tuesday or tentatively or what?
I think they're gonna
I wasn't listening,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I apologize. I was doing something
Yeah,
else.
they're actually gonna post up the info by this weekend, so I guess
Okay.
just stay tuned on the page. If it's not this weekend, it should be next.
Okay, cool.
But you know, they want to come out on Tuesdays, so
Okay,
That's good.
nice.
So,
Nice. Okay,
Tuesdays it is.
Good luck to those young ladies, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hey, so what else is going on, Junior, before we leave, man?
man, I mean, look, pretty much, you know, there's really nothing going on. I mean, what do you got?
Nothing.
What are you guys doing this weekend, man?
What are you doing? Watching
No.
I
TV?
want it, man. I really want a barbecue, man.
Do you really?
Hey, I know somebody. Look, check this out. I know somebody that can smoke a brisket in 2 hours.
What?
They didn't say it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Or cooked.
Yeah. Well, now
My boy Frank.
Frank the Tank.
He didn't do it in 2 hours. That's
Yeah, I'm BSing. He did about 3, but hey, he perfected the way to cook it. I gave him the tips you gave me, and actually the other brisket that came out was pretty good. So
That's good.
yeah, hey man, we should barbecue though, man. I'm down.
I'm always
So-
down, man. Was hoping to get on the field together. Try to get a field practice in with all the dads and the coaches. I wanted to do that as well.
Oh yeah.
You see that picture on Houston Chronicle?
Which
There, some team was having a football.
yeah, I saw that today.
Did you see that?
Which
How
one?
many people were there? 30 people or
No, you
something?
said 30 or 40 people, man. They were at a football practice. They were having it at a park. I don't know what park it was.
Full-blown practice.
Yeah, full blown
Really?
practice. You saw that too?
Nah, I ain't
with,
seen it.
with helmets and everything.
No,
right?
no. They were just doing a walkthrough, I think.
I saw a baseball one that had all the kids kneeling.
Yeah.
on each other.
Really?
Really?
Man.
Look, this is what I
Tinsley Park.
Oh
this,
yeah.
this
yeah.
is what I don't understand. All right, so mayor comes out like, hey, everything's, you know, Trump does it first, and mayor comes out like, hey, everything's till April 30th. I go check on my Instagram and my Snap and my Facebook, and it seems like everyone and their mama is at downtown Memorial Park running on the damn trails.
Yeah.
Like okay, I mean, I
Dude,
guess.
There was a lot of trappic on the freeway today, dude. It was.
No,
man, it was-
it at first when they first issued it, like
Yeah.
going to work, it was
Every
quiet,
day, every
but like you
day.
said, every day, like today,
Everybody's-
especially
everybody's-
Friday, man.
Everybody's getting bored and they want to
So-
get out the house.
So do you
True.
think that they're gonna just turn around and say like, hey man, everything shut down for a week or two? You think it's
I
gonna
don't
get to
know.
that?
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't think they would.
Isn't it Laredo where they freaking fining you?
Where?
They give you a ticket?
Where?
Yeah.
at? Where?
Laredo?
Laredo.
Oh, I have no
our
idea.
friends from Laredo. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did write on that post.
Did
Some,
they?
yeah, you know who told me about that? Alvar.
Did he?
Yeah,
Give you a
because
$1,000 fine
yeah,
or something.
$1,000 fine if they catch you at a park.
Really?
Oh, at a
Yeah,
park.
At a park.
Oh,
or,
okay. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
whatever. So
Shit, they ought to get $500 fines if they catch you at Walmart. Man, I went to Walmart yesterday, bro. They had so many people there. It was like the day before Christmas, bro.
Yeah.
Black Friday or what?
It was like Black Friday, dude. I mean, they had so many people, dude. Here's the funny part. So I went to go look for something. I was in the bike. I saw the bike section to the right.
Yeah.
People were buying bikes, man. They're
No,
sitting on
it's-
bikes, and then I'm
but
like, damn.
The thing is, like you're saying, the gyms are closed as well.
Yeah.
So most people like now, like I didn't post it today, but now people are ordering treadmills and bicycles now. Now I'm carrying those
So-
to apartments and stuff like that.
Nice. Pelotons and all that.
Yeah.
hey, talk about
That's
those. We ordered 2 of those for work.
What?
Pelotons.
Yeah.
What are they? What do they do or what?
They just have a screen there, and it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
treadmill.
It's like an insanity with a treadmill, sort of.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a
Pretty
bike.
much.
Cost you like
Yeah.
$5,000 or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen a meme to where like before all this, you could go outside and like everybody stayed inside.
Yeah.
And now that everybody needs to stay inside,
Everybody's
it's going
outside.
outside.
Exactly.
I mean, you know how it works.
Yeah, no, but it's always like that, you know. And
Exactly.
so it's I don't know, man. We'll wait and see what happens, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What are you doing this weekend, Julio? Before we roll,
It's supposed to rain all weekend. I wanted to take the boat out,
for real.
Oh yeah, that's right.
but man, it's gonna be some crappy weather from what I see.
Cancel
Junior,
barbecue.
what are you gonna do,
I
buddy?
mean, I didn't know about the crappy weather, so look. I will say this: I went on a rant on Facebook like a couple weeks ago about, man, everybody's stuck on all these TV shows. Y'all need to get a life. Man, why did nobody tell me Game of Thrones was fire, bro? Like,
Really?
like that
I've been-
fire. Like,
I've
I
been
know
there.
it was fire.
I've been telling you.
No, but you guys should have said like, hey, it's look.
I haven't seen it either.
Look, it's fire, bro. Like, look at me, it's fire.
It's fire.
Like,
I'm telling
you
you.
know,
Hey,
nobody-
wait till you see the Red Wedding. The Red Wedding episode. You're gonna like
yeah,
that one.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm into it. I finished the first season. I thought it was pretty good. I'm halfway through Narcos. I got bored yesterday. Jalen had never seen Semi-Pro, so I'm like, you don't know who the Flint Tropics are?
Man.
Let me show you. And he did not think the movie was funny at all. And I'm like, yeah, that's my reaction. I'm like, this is Will Ferrell. Come
Which
on,
one?
bro.
Oh.
The Semi-Pro, the one where he's like
Basketball?
the owner, the coach, and the
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
I've never seen
Love
it.
Me Sexy. We're gonna close the show to that song, man. Love Me Sexy,
Oh,
some
really?
fire, bro. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, I guess just watch home, stay home. If it's raining, I guess Netflix it up. Try to catch up on these series, man.
Catch up on Monday Night
And
Wars, man.
I mean, really, I mean, what can we do?
Right.
What can we do? They closed down the high school we would go work at. They locked the gates.
Really?
Now I guess
You
they,
can jump it though.
yeah, but it's not that fun. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is. We'll see what.
Yeah, my man Tony said they got them checks at Walmart. That's why they were there. I'm telling you, let me get mine. Whoa. Hey, 75-inch TV at Walmart, $600.
Oh yeah, it's
What?
going crazy, man.
75-inch, yeah, man.
Right in the
It
middle of the
took
aisle.
everything out of my willpower not to buy
it.
that sucker.
I'm the same way. I seen that 65.
yeah.
I seen a 65.
Oh,
for
I
like
was a
40.
75 in Sugarland.
Yeah, I seen a 65.
75,
like
$600
$330. I was like,
bucks.
Man, don't tell me
Boy,
that.
let my check come in this week, boy. I'm getting two.
Matter of fact, that little 50-inch right here looking real small now. We're gonna have to donate that. Donate it for good cause.
I'm telling you, man. So I don't know, man. So I'm just gonna chill, see what happens, and I don't know.
Hey, but for real, man, I want to give a shout out to my boy Eric, man, for coming through.
Yeah, good job, Eric.
man.
Giving me the
Knock it
fade.
out, man.
Give me the
And he's
fade.
astroed out too,
And
man.
he's
Looking
astroed
good.
out, baby.
I'm gonna hook you up on Sunday.
Appreciate it, bro.
And,
Yeah,
man,
You ain't gonna find him on Sunday.
Man, look, I threw it out there. I said, man, anybody wants to come out, get some free.
Hey, who's the person that? Oh man, you can't be doing all that.
I went to school with her, and she's like, you know,
I don't
guess
know
she-
who it was,
Yeah,
though.
she wrote a thing about, oh, you can't do that. So then I just wrote back, unlicensed barbers only. You know, like, I mean, look, the thing is this, man. I'm trying to get the Texas tailgate back. For the guys that know me or knew me a few years ago, Julio remembers that. Dude, I had a nice little mullet, bro.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to troll the crap out of it. So now I want to get it back. And you know, Eric has set me up. I know the fans are watching when the camera comes in the back, so it is getting there. But
Getting there, man.
you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, you know, barbershop's gonna be closed for the next month. Why, man? Let me just get a fade. You know, let me just. But I know there's a comment or a text. Somebody wanted me to get a Southside fade, so maybe next time.
Yeah,
You know, I'm down for a Southside fade. You know, but I never had one before.
I
But
never gave one either.
but hey, man, no cap. Shout out to that boy Eric Cap for coming through.
Yeah, good job, Eric.
Man, so
Shout out to Flash also for
yeah,
for
my
showing
boy
up.
Flash. I told him
Had to,
come
man.
through, man.
Tell I ain't forgot we gotta get that game in on the show.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna play tonight or what?
Yeah, we're gonna play tonight, man.
Put y'all's gamer tags up. So it's,
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
if anybody look, Julio called bad weather. Anybody wants to hop on MLB the
Hop
show,
on, man.
I'm gonna put my thing right now. So I'm gonna put it on PS4. Hit us
Yeah,
up.
just say it on the air if you can.
Okay, so in the
Somebody was
air,
asking for it earlier.
PS4 username is Junior World. So it's just Junior, like spelling out Junior without the R _ World. That name was given to me by one of my good friends on an actual typo. He was supposed to spell out Junior and he misspelled it. So then it just stuck. So there you go. I just commented it.
You've been accounted for all weekend, Junior. Just to let you know.
What? We'll be packing cookies all weekend. What? No, man. As long as I'm watching this Game of Thrones.
Freaky Flash.
Oh,
Freaky
what
Flash.
the
Freaky
hell?
flag.
Oh, okay.
You changed your name?
No Justin.
It's still on there. Yeah, no Justin.
No
on there.
Justin?
It's
Okay.
still, yeah, it's 5-2 flash on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
but yeah.
okay. Nice. When y'all gonna play? Y'all gonna play right now or what?
Yeah,
It don't matter whenever he wants to.
Yeah, when he, I guess when you get home, just
That's cool.
holla at me.
I'm not.
You
allowed
gotta
to
add
play
me
no
though,
more.
man.
Yeah, I'll add you right now.
Yeah.
I'll turn this thing on and
Y'all gonna
you
go
know.
Facebook Live on it or what y'all gonna do?
You ain't down.
I don't care. I'm down
Oh man,
for it. I'm good.
man.
Okay.
Noah was ready to play the other day.
He was.
man.
Yeah.
All right, look, you know what? Let's do that. When we play each other, we'll go Facebook Live.
Cool.
All right, we'll do that.
Is it
Tonight or when?
Tonight. We'll do it
Tonight.
tonight.
So we're-
Before we leave, we'll just set up the camera so
Yeah.
that camera is facing the TV, and I'm going Facebook Live.
It's a
We're
bet,
playing
man.
Flash.
You good with that, Flash?
I'm good.
All right, real
Oh,
quick.
man, Flash
What
got
are we
that
playing?
confidence.
1 game,
You
3
wanna do
game,
best of
5
three?
game,
What you
or
wanna do,
best
best
of
of-
7? The
best
best of 3.
Best of 3?
Who you got?
Huh?
You
Who I
get-
play with?
Yeah.
Reds.
The Reds?
Reds.
Who you playing with?
Man, you know, baby.
We don't. I mean, you
You
change
know
teams
who
all
I'm
the time.
playing.
I mean, shit, I don't, the Royals?
The Reds. That's
I'm gonna go the Yankees, man.
Yankees?
Okay.
They got Garrett Cole. He throws. Nah, I'm playing. I don't know, man.
I'd go with the Angels.
Angels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Angels.
All right, man. Pick right here. I'm picking right here. I'm going with Baez in the Cubs.
Not a bad pick, man.
It's not a
I
bad
just,
pick.
I just like the Reds lineup, man. Their pitching staff is deep. so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is in real life too.
So
Yeah.
y'all putting starters and relievers?
Nah, it won't, online won't let you
They
do
won't
it.
let you do that?
They just
Ah.
have to do relievers, but they got a decent reliever that I like using out of their bullpen. But I like the starters though. They go, you know.
Talking about the Reds real quick. Do you think they make a run if
Oh,
if the season plays this year? I'm
I-
high on them. I think they can.
I really like them, man. They was coming on last year with the pitching staff, man. It's crazy how they got Sonny Gray to turn it around. Like you said, I can't think of the pitcher that they had. Not Bauer, the main one. I can't think of his last name. Castillo, Bauer, and then you throw in, like you said, you throw in Gray, and they have one more I can't remember as well. But that pitching staff plus the lineup getting Nick Castellanos.
Oh, they got Wade Miley too.
Yeah, they got Wade Miley, and they picked up Moustakas as well. So with that lineup, man, they're gonna be tough. With Votto batting 2-hole, you got to go through Suarez, Castellano, Moustakas, Aquino.
They ain't doing shit.
You
They
don't
ain't
think
doing-
so, man?
nah, they
with
ain't
that
doing
ball,
shit.
with that ballpark, man,
No, they ain't doing shit.
they're
They ain't doing nothing.
They're gonna put a lot of runs up in that.
They
ballpark.
may do it on PS4, but in real life, they ain't doing shit.
You don't think so?
Nah, hell no. They're wasting time, man. No. They ain't.
It's old school for you.
Bauer's gonna get hurt.
Old school Friday.
Everything that always happens is gonna happen.
What's gonna happen, man?
Yeah, I mean, Castellanos gonna be hurt. Bauer's gonna be hurt. I mean, it's just the Votto's gonna get hurt too.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's
you
just
always
always
gotta
gonna
throw the
happen.
health thing in there. So, but
Yeah.
if I had to pick like a team to watch in the NL, I like them
Okay.
to go to be a team in the NL though.
So we'll be watching tonight, right? So
Tonight, it's
what,
going
11:30,
down.
right? 11:30, 12,
Yeah,
what?
something like that.
Depends
That way,
on what
he
time he gets home.
That way he
Yeah.
gets home. I can, I can get ready. You know what I'm saying? I can just tell Issa I'm going to sleep. I'll sneak in here.
I think
That way
she's actually watching. So
Man,
that.
hopefully I don't be packing no cookies tonight. Nah, but the match is on tonight, man. The match is on
Yeah,
tonight.
man.
Friday night, Raw.
Yeah.
We're
I
going
like
Raw uncut.
I like it. Julio, before we go, anything else? We want to thank our sponsor, C4 Bat Company, Issa Cookies, Ferrari Michelada Mix, Rick Web Design. And so, another great show, coronavirus free for all.
You're forgetting to thank one person, man.
Who?
I want to thank you, Steve. I love you, man.
Oh yeah.
I love
Hey,
you. That's old school right there,
there,
man.
man. That's
He woke me up this morning, man. He woke me up. I was dead
Yeah,
asleep.
Junior started early this morning.
Yeah, Junior started with this bullshit early this morning, man. I said, man, I gotta go. Cause I fell asleep, dude. I'm having a hard time, dude. I'm not watching clocks. I'm just watching TV, dude.
Yeah.
And before you know it, man, 4:30 in the morning, like God.
Yeah, it's throwing.
And then my
everybody
kids
tired
waking me
off,
up
man.
at 7 or whatever. And man, it's just I'm having a great time though.
That's
having
awesome,
a great
man.
time.
Thank you, man.
Having a great time.
I love you,
Yeah, so we had fun this morning, and it's always good to look at our WhatsApp thread because you never know what the hell's gonna go on there.
Yeah.
It could be good, it could be hostile.
Really.
They come back, we're friends again.
I can
on,
only,
Stu.
I can only imagine, man.
Yeah, I sit back and watch the show most of the time.
Man, it's my boy Steve.
Yeah, so it's all good. But so we want to thank all our sponsors. Plug our new show again
Oh, Cookies and Cafecito
on Tuesday,
on
7 o'clock.
Tuesday,
Is it 7 o'clock?
Tuesdays.
Okay, cool. And it's Issa and who else? Who's the other?
Issa and Jess. And
Jess?
Jess, she is from
Jessica or Jess?
Jessica.
Okay. Go by Jess.
She,
Okay.
She does she's a makeup artist, and then Issa, of course, does cookies. So it's a good combination. They're gonna get a lot of people, and I know, like I said, it's like a empowerment type deal. Talk business, talk anything. So that one should be a really fun podcast because it's like no rules, like no boundaries. We're gonna talk anything. For all we know, we might get We might get old school Steve to come out here and, you know, maybe get a facial. We don't know that yet.
I'm not coming out here. I'm not coming out here on Tuesday.
No.
I have a hard time getting here on Friday.
we gonna have to make that happen.
Make it happen, man. That's what we want to see.
So tune in. Hopefully it's going to be this Tuesday for the Cookie and Cafecito podcast with Issa and Jess. So really looking forward to it. So, you know, big things coming out from those two young ladies. So anyway, hopefully we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Also Wednesday on the Check Down, and then next Friday on the Wind Up podcast. From Steve Jr., Eric, Flash, and Julio, the Wind Up podcast brought to you by the Wind Up Media Group. Everyone have a good time. Stay 6 feet away from people, and stay away from Walmart unless you're gonna go buy this 75-inch TV for $600. Have a good one, everybody.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Tony?
Love me, sexy.
Says love me, your mind says sex.